Serve DeSoto County and other surrounding areas. DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Call 662-890-7184. 662-890-7184. Come on down to DeSoto Auto Sales.
Sports 56 traffic.
We have a crash on American Way and Getwell Road. That's American Way and Getwell. Also, we have a crash on I-40 westbound near Chelsea Avenue, the right lane, and the shoulder is blocked. And if you're coming from Watkins on I-40 West, traffic is starting to stack up. Just keep that in mind. Also, we have a medical emergency incident on Poplar and Cleveland. That's Poplar and Cleveland. We have a little bit of a medical emergency incident over there. And so keep it right here. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston. Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane. Here are Peter and Anthony with Sports 56 Mornings.
Oh, yeah. What? Yeah. Welcome in, everybody. Brand new week.
Yes, sir.
Brand new show. I mean, not brand new host or anything, but like brand new show. Like every show is a brand new show. So this is a brand new show, and we're going to do it for you for 3 hours. I'm Peter. He's Anthony. That's Zach from the traffic. We'll introduce him more appropriately later on. Although Zach telling you there's some sort of a medical emergency going on. That's not good.
Yeah, man. What's up with it?
That's a weird one. Is that what you saw on the chopper? How'd you know from the chopper that there was a medical emergency? How were you able to ascertain that? Was it because of the ambulance? Were there doctors? Was it the ER cast?
Yeah, I was able to get like.
Wait! You can't talk. You gotta nod.
Yeah, man. What?
Just really quick.
Come on.
Like it was specific information on that time. I had a little bit more time to work with.
It's 2 days in a row, man. That you just jumping the gun.
He's just jumping the gun.
Yeah, why don't you just start your own show, Zach? I mean, why don't you just
Since we're just ignoring all the rules and stuff. I mean,
why don't you just do your own thing, bro? I don't even think
it's
you
fine.
need
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have to stop at stoplights. That's probably you. I don't need to slow down. I don't need to do any of this stuff. No, that's fine.
Come on, man. The Bible talks about doing everything in decency and in order, man.
How many items you have in the express lane, Zach? Is it greater or less than 14? Because it's supposed to be like 14, and you probably have like 20. Like, it's fine. They're little. These little packs of veggie Jello or whatever. it's stupid. They're fine. No one notices. We noticed.
Come on, man.
We all notice. Get it together. Anyway, this is Monday. We've already off to a terrible start because Zach's just in flagrant violation of show policy, but that's fine. We'll have to deal with him in the show court for that one. There may be a fine or something involved. I'm not sure. Zane, how was your weekend?
Man, I had a great weekend. I had a very proud weekend, man. I'm proud of
proud weekend.
Yeah, okay. Proud of myself. Proud of my son. Listen, just a good combo of the two, bro. I'll tell you. Any
particular reason why, or you just felt
if you want to hear it, I'll tell you, man. You guys know I started working out last week, and one of the reasons that I didn't really tell you guys why I started working out is that Gabe is kind of a chunky kid, and I'm kind of afraid of him. I'm kind of afraid of childhood obesity. You know what I mean? Because Gabe's eating habits are bad, mine are bad, and he's starting to get a little self-conscious about it. Like you'll see him, because one time he was telling his mom that like he didn't want to eat at all, like he was like skipping meals and stuff, and I knew it was because he was kind of feeling I started notice he was being self-conscious about it. So I said, there's no way I can really push Gabe to want to have a healthier lifestyle unless I have one. You know what I mean? So I started working out first, and then this weekend, me, my roommate, and Gabe, we were working out at the house, and he was like really motivated about it. Like he did like 100 jumping jacks, and we jogged in essence for like 20 minutes nonstop. So he really enjoyed it, and as a parent, I was glad to see him enjoy it. And he was saying that he said, Dad, because we used to go to Bryant's breakfast at least one day over the weekend. He said, Dad, if we go to Bryant's today, I just want a biscuit. I just want a chicken biscuit. That's it. But he typically eats way more than that. But when we actually went, we didn't go that day. We didn't go the day we worked out. But the next day we did go, and he was like, "Yeah, I want my regular food again." But I'm proud of him because he wants to be active, and I'm proud that I'm able to be active with him. You know what I mean? So
yeah, man. I mean, listen, the kids are, but the thing with kids, man, they are. Even kids that they look like bigger, that's just a phase. It may you may grow out of it. You may grow. It may be just a little temporary thing. It's
Right.
not. I mean, no one. I don't know. Like it's.
I'm not super concerned about it because like you said, kids go from they might go
It has
from
you got phases and all that stuff, and I mean so it's not some even depending on. If kids do normal, I mean, like kids do normal kid stuff. It is harder. I will say it's harder with all the stuff going on right now, with virtual school, pandemic, everything else. Like it's hard to get. You don't get to do the normal kid type stuff. The playgrounds, parks, that kind of stuff is a little trickier. So like I get all that. So it's good. It's good to get them active,
Get 'em
just
going.
get them running around and doing stuff. That's the number one thing, man. Just get them out there, running and doing. Because it's easy. It's easy, man. With it, like especially now, we're struggling with that to figure out, during all this, how to keep them active during the day, but also know that they got to come and get on these like video screens and video calls and everything else.
Yeah.
And there's no friends to go and run around with and stuff. And I mean, I play with them and run around with them and stuff, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's much more of a motivational thing if they can just get on the bike and run around in the neighborhood.
Exactly. It's like in the old world.
Right, exactly.
And I'm gonna talk about that too. I'm gonna come back to virtual school too. But the second thing I'm proud of, I know people are gonna kill me in the text, on calls, Twitter, everything. Gabe just learned how to tie his shoes this weekend.
Hey man, what do you, my kids still struggle with tying their shoes.
Bruh.
I mean, they're older than Gabe, so I
was joking about it with Jason Smith. We were talking about this a long time ago because both of our kids are behind on getting their shoes tied.
the other reverend
of the Airway, these Memphis Airways. So
right.
we were joking about it, and I finally got it done with Gabe. And every weekend I get Gabe, I'd be like, man, I hope his mom taught him how to tie his shoes. But it never happened. So I said, okay, this weekend I'm going to get him. So he was on his iPad, and he was looking at something on there. I said, you need to be looking at the video how to tie your darn shoes, little boy. And so we actually did pull up a video of him doing it. So he watched it. And he came to me and he was like, Dad, I said, I'm watching this video, but I still can't get it. It's okay, Gabe. Let's sit down and figure this out right now. And guess how long it took for him to actually learn how to tie his shoes? Like 10, 15
How
minutes.
long?
About 10, 15 minutes he had it down. So
Are you sure he's got it down?
yeah, he's got it down pretty much.
Because we've had some false dawns on that. Are you doing the two bunny ear method with the little thing, or the double cross, or what are we doing?
We going
around the loop.
We're doing
We
double cross switch. Make the first little knot, and then put his finger in, make the loop. We didn't do the two bunny ears thing. I ain't never did that before.
Yeah. See, they taught the two bunny ear method with my son, and it was weird.
See, now
it's
at the break,
this,
you can
and
maybe
they cross over like that, and then
No, we ain't doing it.
It's not the way I learned, and so it was hard
No.
for me to teach. Like I think that's part of the reason why we don't have it locked in, because
But yeah,
we're doing two different things. We're doing two different approaches, and
Yeah.
I didn't like their
old math, new math. I got you. But yeah, he got
and
it.
it didn't work as well. Like it didn't work as well. So
Yeah.
that's good, man. We're to the point now where basically we just avoid tie shoes altogether. Just Velcro. Let's
Just
go
tuck 'em
Velcro.
in.
Let's go.
Just-
Let's slide them in. Let's do whatever. Let's what do we got to do?
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with this stuff anymore.
Yeah, I
It's
think he's got
ridiculous.
it, though, man. But I'm gonna say this about before we introduce Zach, the actual introduction of Zach. Virtual school is cool, but the day is just too damn long, man. Mm-hmm. Because it's you can't have a regular school day, and you're doing it all looking at a computer screen. Because there isn't a situation in school where kids are expected to be locked in for the entire school day for 8 hours. Like that doesn't exist in the real world. There's not a real scenario as far as school is concerned. Even adults at our jobs, we have a job where we're on a computer. We're not sitting there locked in looking at the computer the entire 8-hour shift. You know what I mean? So, but in virtual learning, you're almost expecting kids to do that. And I just think the day needs to be cut in half, bro. Because expecting these kids to be locked into those screens that long. Nah, man. And like and I got Gabe for half the day. I get Gabe for half the day. I pick him up from his mom on his lunch break. He comes to my house and he does the second half in my house. And I commend him because I'm like, bro, how in the world are you locked into this computer screen that entire time with this teacher? And he doesn't really complain about it too much at all. But I'm like, that can't be good for his eyes. It can't be good for his posture. I'm like, man, this like it's fine. It's safe, but it's not. It's way too freaking long to expect.
Well, no,
a first grader to be locked in like that.
But this is where we if you want to get into a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But we can get into all that stuff. I mean, like there's so many aspects of our education in general that are there to more or less cover up or to make the adults feel like stuff's happening. Like, I mean, for example, like these tests, a lot of these tests that they're running, not just like the, TCAPs and all that, but I mean, like just they don't mean anything for these kids. They don't measure proper things. They don't mean what people think they mean. They don't. You're preparing the kid to learn to be able to take a test, not to actually learn the information that's out there.
Exactly.
Those are two different skills altogether. All that stuff, and the teachers end up gearing it, and understandably so, because their status is based on what the kids are doing, so they have to gear their lessons towards this stuff, and it's just hard. It's very hard to do. And especially, I'm seeing this now. I don't know how your kids are, but like, I mean, I'm sure a lot of our listeners, same kind of thing. When our kids are taking their tests, my third grader and first grader, like, it's hard. These tests are hard to do on virtual. They're hard to it's hard to make sure they don't, like start looking at stuff or like, and then they have to like have the test be a certain kind of way to like, I don't know, like the way it's aligned.
Yeah.
It's just a weird. It has to be multiple choice, but it's confusing and like it's confusing how it just creates this whole thing. It's just a lot of stress. Like for like these are kids. Like they're like why are we so obsessed with like numbers on these kids? Like you're just trying to teach them some stuff.
Because it seemed like we were kids. The teachers were more about just like cramming information in us, like us actually knowing something. And the test was like second thought. The test wasn't even a big deal because it was just stuff you'd already seen before, but now it's just strictly about how to guess right, pretty much. Like,
and it's like and the test means so much for like your development skills and your all this. It's like, no, that's not. That isn't. You can't measure all that stuff.
Yeah,
it's led to I think just the academic environment in general is not where where it needs to be. I mean, it's about the effort and all that stuff. So anyway, I say all that because it's just like I know one of the tests in my son's class, like all the kids just like did like terrible because like none of them could figure out like how to do the test. Like it's so confusing, and she can't help specific ways, and it's difficult for everybody, the teachers and the students and everybody. It's just very very hard.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. I just think the day is just too freaking long, man. Like expecting
I mean, but I think the day's long. The day's too long anyway.
Right, exactly.
Like, why are we starting high school kids at like
7 in the morning,
8 a.m.? Like, what are we doing? Like, these are we know that like teenagers don't.
Like, what are we proving by doing it with kids? You know what I mean?
Like medically, they don't do that.
Right.
Like they're literally their body clocks don't do that. Like we should start them at like I don't know 9, 10.
Right.
Go to like 4 or 5 and be good with it and figure out the extracurricular stuff. But like if you really care about their education, that's the way that you would do it.
Yeah, having kids. It's a lot of stuff that we do that doesn't really make any sense. And my girlfriend, her son is in the 11th grade, 10th or 11th grade, I think. Yeah, he's in the 10th grade, I think. And he's like a really smart kid. And she was saying that, like, when a teacher gives an assignment, he gets the assignment done. He's like, okay, I'm about to go get back in bed. like why am I sitting here staring at the screen?
Like,
why am I staring at the screen watching other people work? You know what I mean? But yeah, man. But
it's ridiculous, man. The whole thing is just ugh. Anyway, the point being, we're
gonna make it though, bro. We're gonna get through all.
We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. It's just how it is. Now, all that being said, I hope everybody had a fabulous, fantastic, amazing, wonderful weekend. And then we had a million different things going on. I mean, like we had a million different events to talk about. Sports all over the place.
Yeah. NFL is back, man.
The NFL's back. We had a lot of college football games, although. Were there any good ones?
I don't even want to talk about college football.
Next week's schedule is even worse. We got to get into the Memphis We were supposed to see a Memphis game coming up this weekend, but
Memphis,
now
Houston,
now we're not.
COVID-19 bowl.
COVID-19 is taking an early lead.
The makeup
in
game.
the season.
Man,
revenge game. We'll see.
That blitz defense that COVID-19 puts out there, man, is just some
COVID-19.
stuff.
They're spread. They're a spread offense. And they really
spread
spread
out the
everything.
field.
They spread it way out.
They keep the ball moving all over the place, man.
I mean, they are always up tempo and spread. Always.
Yeah. Whether you believe in them or not, man, they're coming for you.
So we're gonna talk about that coming up as well. Obviously, we'll talk a ton of NFL. And my Washington football team, hail to the Washington football team, hail victory.
Shout out to 10
Washington football team on the warpath. Can I say warpath anymore? I don't know.
No, we ain't saying
Washington football team on the Washington football team path.
On the woke,
Washington football team is number one. Yeah.
Washington football team on the woke path.
on the woke path. That's right.
Hey, shout out to the historical 10 black starting quarterbacks on opening day, including your Washington football team.
That's right. The Washington football team with the Washington
woke
football quarterback.
There it is. A woke path. That's so funny.
They're so woke. We're extra woke. We're not going to say anybody's color. They're just going to be Washington football team player. It doesn't matter what black, white, whatever. They're all just Washington football teamer. Washington football team. Washington football team. Let's go. WFT. And the Cowboys lost. That's great. It was terrible, controversial. I loved it. Great call, by the way.
It was a horrible
call. I loved it. Great call. You got to start calling those more and more. You got to start calling those offensive pass interference. It's a great call. All over him. I mean, just had him completely as the official said it was obvious, and rightly so. So great night all the way around. Man, good stuff. You just can't beat it.
Yeah.
Love to get to the Washington football team victory and Cowboy loss. That's great.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones looking weird. That's great. It's just good stuff all the way around.
Tom Brady looking very.
Tom Brady looking
Jameis Winston-ish.
Oh boy. Maybe it's just whoever quarterbacks the Bucs is just going to throw a bunch of picks. That's just pick six. Everything else. We're going to talk about all that stuff coming up on the show. But before we do that, we have to say we're going to have our friend Gabe Kuhn coming on at 9:30. He's on the aux today. It's a mixtape Monday. So you got Gabe's doing his mix. I don't really understand. I don't even know. I've never talked music with Gabe. I don't know what he's into. So I'm kind of curious to find out what he's going to play for us. He's going to jump on at 9:30 to talk a little bit about that before he mans the ones and twos for middays in Johnny Radio. If you want to join us, you can, 67129 on the text line, 360-8255 on the First Bank phone lines. And, of course, running all the show is the man who does not pay attention to rules at all.
Yeah.
At all. Doesn't care anything about it. That's why he's no longer the mayor of Westwood, one of the reasons.
Also,
never was and now definitely never will be. No longer the Prince of Whitehaven.
So sad.
Not even sure he's a Memphian anymore. That's under dispute as well.
I got a new one I want to test out today, too.
Well, all right. Well, why don't you hit us up with it?
His lungs constantly burn. He always speaks out of turn.
His favorite gates are pearly, and he's always speaking too early.
Right. He's the maven of clean shaven, the lord of the wrong chord, the glutton of the wrong button, the master of on-air disaster.
The viceroy of bok choy, the chief without beef, the jefe of kofefe. Woo! Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, he is he loves an oatmeal raisin cookie, and he ain't getting any nookie. Ladies and gentlemen, he's wearing the resplendent in Tennessee orange.
Yeah,
Go Big Orange. Appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only America's soy toy, Similac Zach. Zach. What's up, Zach?
What's going on, guys?
Now you have dispensation to speak.
What's happening? What's going on with you?
We're good.
I think you're aware of what's happening. What's happening with you?
Nothing much, man.
Something is going on with you, man. Because this talking out of turn is a little. What's going on, man? You trying to get your voice out there, man? You trying to? What's up, man?
No, I was just explaining the traffic and everything.
You trying to get a gig? Is there? Don't you look online and see if there's any kind of like openings out there? You trying to campaign for or something?
No, come on, no.
Texter says when he goes to work, he deals with electronics. When he deals with women, it's strictly platonic.
Okay.
His love of veggies never ends. When it comes to ladies, let's just stay friends.
Oh man.
So Zach, how are things? How was service yesterday?
E-service.
What
E-service.
E-service. Oh,
did you go to church? I mean, you're deacon, right?
we went to church. Yeah, church was Saturday. Church was Saturday.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. That's right.
Yeah.
How was Saturday service?
Saturday was cool.
What was our message? What did we learn today? Or what did we learn?
I didn't stay for the whole thing.
What? How you not stay in this virtual service, bro?
Look, hold on.
What are you talking about, man?
All right, so let me explain because
What, you want to cut the game on?
Deacon, ladies and gentlemen, the deacon. He's like, I gotta watch this game, guys.
I gotta go. I'm out.
all right,
Lord's,
I had
Zach Boyd has left the chat.
we had
Deacon Boyd has left the chat. This is what it said on the pastor's screen.
He just has a little cutout of himself. All right, let's go.
No, we had a conversation with my dad about this because it was like, I mean, for me, I'd rather be like, I mean, obviously we can't be in the building, but I would prefer being in the building, having to listen to it, rather than watching it on my computer. Because it's like, man, if I'm watching this on my computer, like this is like normal, my normal routine, just being in my room, open the computer, find it, and then just leave it running or whatever.
You're gonna get your deacon badge snatched.
I mean, this is shocking behavior from a deacon.
This man basically
it's a leader.
That he's a leader of the church, and he was watching online service and logged off because he was tired of looking at it.
No.
He's like, it's boring. Church boring.
I wouldn't say it was boring. I just after a while, just kind of just.
It's boring. Off. You just said it. After a while, you just sort of logged off. You just like. At what point did you log off? What was it? Was it in the middle of a sermon? Was it? Was it musical interlude number 8 that you're like, all right, that's enough. I can't. We've sung enough. I can't. I can't sing in my house alone.
I'm out on this stuff.
I mean, like. I mean, it was what right, man. like a little bit into the sermon, because then after a while,
just a little bit in the sermon.
Yeah,
he's like 5 minutes in. He's like, nah, this is I'm not with this message.
No, because then after a while, I started playing gospel music, and then I just kind of just get into that vibe. So,
come on, man.
That's all.
Does the pastor know this? Does the pastor know you weren't paying attention?
I mean, like.
He does now.
If he does, like, I mean, like, I'm not the only one.
Does your pastor support you by listening to this show?
Does he support me?
Yeah, by listening to this show.
Yeah.
He just stopped.
How would you feel your pastor? Like,
he just logged off.
Yeah, well, it just sucks. This whole thing sucks. Somebody cut this off.
No. I mean, like, I don't do this. I don't.
You're like,
do this
yeah. God is forgiveness. Yeah. I've heard it before, right?
Week.
God is love, et cetera, right? Forgive sins. Okay, click.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, I know how this ends.
Yeah. Blood of Jesus, et cetera. Got it. Yeah. Let's
Zach, I'm disappointed in you, man.
What?
I'm really disappointed in you, bro.
How are you disappointed?
Man, how you gonna say? We ain't even talking about a physical building.
We ain't
talking about a place you had to go to. If anything, you could have just left it on your screen and just left it sitting there, bro. But you literally
dress up.
You literally send a signal out to your other church members saying, "I'm gone." Like Zach Boyd is gone.
No, they don't know that I logged off.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
They're taking attendance.
No, please.
You ain't got to check in every 10 minutes and wave your hands or like.
No,
they ain't keeping keystrokes and nothing like
that. No, they put it on.
Did you see that there was a college that sent out a note to one of the like a student. There was a class and they were like, we measured 685. It was some insane number of times you guys looked away from the screen, which indicates that you were not paying attention to whatever. 790 of you, blah 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 blah. Like, and they were talking about taking tests, and their eyes have to remain like here or like locked to the screen. And if they go like this, or if you can't see them, or if you can't see their eyes, then it's considered a 0. Like if you can't see if the eyes are covered, you can't see because they assume that you're cheating. And so like they have this software that like monitors the eye. Is the eye looking at the camera, or is it looking over here, or where is it looking? And if it's looking down, or if you can't see it, they assume you're cheating. So that's like in the syllabus is like day one, you must look at the camera, like blah blah blah, like.
Yeah, that's good.
This ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work.
Yeah,
but your church is about to start doing that, Zach.
Yeah,
Zach must look at the camera at all. Like, yes, I'm in. I'm in.
Keep your eyes on the cross, man.
I'm putting
that's
on
right.
shades.
That's right.
Like,
Yep.
It's like if my salvation determines on my attendance, then we got a
I
problem.
am saved.
But Zach, what kind of example are you setting to other members of the church where you say, "Yeah, man, when once pastor started preaching, I was out."
No,
like, come on, man.
I don't do it all the time. It's just like,
Then why would you come in and say you did that, man? Like you could have just said, "Yeah, went to church."
because
Saturday.
I'm not.
I like his honesty. I appreciate his
Yeah,
honesty.
I went to church Saturday and I tapped out, man.
I'm not the only one, man.
Maybe the pastor needs to hear this. I mean, this is tough. Maybe the sermons need to.
It's not. It's
need
not
to improve a little bit.
It's not.
If
the
you're not the only one who's tapping out, maybe the pastor needs to
listen.
bump up his game a little bit.
Listen, it's not the pastor. Like my attention span when it comes to electronics and
14th in our 28-part series on Lamentations.
All right, I'm out.
No,
Where he's like, I can't do it. Oh, it's too much.
no. Like even
We got the Memphis versus Houston.
Ecclesiastes versus come on.
Memphis versus Houston news came out. I'll be back. I'll see y'all
no, even
Hey,
when,
the party bus just came here. I gotta go get in.
They go get a party bus.
no, even when we was in the building, like I would
You
like,
just get up and walk out.
like once he kind of gets going, I kind of step out to kind of like reset my ears.
What is he talking about, man?
What is
Just
what?
reset.
This dude is a deacon at the church and admits to constantly walking out of his church as soon as the message starts.
You really
What
like
is
like
he talking? He's
like
just making it worse, man.
I'm not making it. I run the soundboard.
Stop digging. Stop digging.
No, I
You
run
run
the
the
soundboard at my church.
Hey, you
So
know, I used to run the soundboard too. You know, they say that none of us pay attention. That's the thing they say. This people
No.
who work soundboard never pay attention.
No, I'm always paying attention. When my head
Clearly,
is,
you're not, Zach.
like clear, I am. Like once he gets going, I step out for
You
a
take
few
a break
minutes.
because I understand what
And
you're
then
saying.
I come
because
back.
I
Take a
understand
smoke
what you're
break.
saying.
Gotta take a smoke break.
No,
Right,
that's not.
Let me get a word in. Let me get a word in. I too work the soundboard in my former church, so I understand what Zach is saying because he's actually working on Sunday and he's not just sitting there enjoying the message.
I got you.
Yeah.
Once the pastor starts preaching and his mics are good and everything sounds good, that's when you can kind of tap out mentally and step away for a minute because you kind of got, that's your break time because everything else that has to happen has already happened, and that was just the pastor preaching. So as long as his mic is good, mentally he can check out. But you're supposed to check out and then prepare yourself to receive the word, not just check out like, all right, I'm off. I'll see y'all next.
No, like
Saturday.
I come back and I'll sit and listen. But at that time, I'm thinking about, all right, like why he's up there, like, all right, we're gonna have the praise scene coming up. I'm like, what? I'm like, who's gonna sing?
Yeah,
Like,
because your head's on a swivel when you're working sound. I understand what you're saying. I got you. I'm just wondering how you got the deacon level with this lack of attendance. I'm just trying to figure that part out.
I mean, listen, I got you. I understand what you're saying, and I think the Lord is going to forgive you. Probably.
Yeah, man.
I mean, seems like I don't know. Yeah, I'll talk to him for you.
Yeah.
You want me to put a good word in?
Send him an
no,
email.
I'm good, man.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
There's
Knee
nothing
mail.
against
Gotta take a
you.
knee-
I'm
That's
good.
an email right there.
It's an email.
Yeah, you gotta send him an email if you know what I'm saying. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk about the Memphis-Houston COVID situation that popped off on Friday. We'll talk about the NFL yesterday. We're going to talk about college football. Saturday we got Game 7. The Clippers cannot make the conference finals.
Man.
It's pitiful. Crazy stat we're going to get to on that game. We're going to talk about the Cowboys losing. We're going to talk about the Washington football team winning. This is an exciting day. There's so much to get to, and we're going to do that coming up here from the Family Leisure Studios, where family and fun come together. 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40. Back after this, Sports 56 Mornings, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
R&R on Sports, Saturday mornings, 10 a.m., Sports 56, 87.7, and 96.1. Don't miss us.
If ever there was a time for comfort food, this is it. And there's no comfort food like Sunrise on Jefferson. Fresh-made breakfast featuring Sunrise's signature homemade square biscuits or the huge selection of hot, fresh, and fast lunch items are all part of what has always made Sunrise the most comforting of comfort foods in Memphis. Of course, everything that can be done to keep you and the staff safe at Sunrise is a top priority. And you can always order ahead and get delicious Sunrise to go. At a time this confusing, it's good to know there's one thing you can count on: Sunrise.
Hello? Hello, Mrs. Kuntz. It's the back left tire of your RV calling. Wanted to give you a heads up that I'm going to blow out on the highway later today.
Wait, what?
Says here I'm going to burst in the middle of rush hour.
Well, can we reschedule?
Sorry, our policy states that once we're scheduled to burst, we have to. We really pride ourselves on our commitment to blowouts.
RV owners can't schedule when things go wrong on the road. That's why there's Progressive, a leader in RV insurance.
Do you want a text confirmation when I burst?
Think I'll notice.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey folks, I'm Jarrett Carter. My family recently purchased East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quince and White Station, and we're excited to offer the best selection of Big Green Egg and Traeger grills. And then don't forget about our Benjamin Moore Paint Studio and the Garden Center for flowers. Save 60% with our new Duracell key fob replacement program. We have a master locksmith service as well as glass cutting and screen repair. East Memphis Ace Hardware, located at Quince and White Station behind Three Little Pigs.
It's time to beat the heat, Memphis, and we have the hot deals going on here at Sunrise Wolf Chase. GM just extended employee pricing for everyone on almost all new Buicks and GMCs. Rebates as big as $7,000, discounts up to $12,000. Over 500 used cars and trucks in stock with a great selection of late model GM certified vehicles. And we specialize in cars under $10,000. Bad credit, slow pay, bankruptcy, it's okay at Sunrise Wolf Chase. No gimmicks here, just big savings. Highway 64 in Bartlett, across from the Wolf Chase Mall. Call, click, or come in. We make it fun to buy a car at Sunrise Wolf Chase. Family owned and operated since 1989. Come see the difference.
Summertime and the living is easy. No more cutting or paying utilities. Literally, you guys, Town Village Audubon Park, nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $24.50. The Gourmet Chef welcomes you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free local transportation, monthly coffee club, themed dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel or Bo at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park.
Sports 56 traffic.
There's still a crash on I-40 westbound near Chelsea Avenue, right lane, and the shoulder is blocked, and there is a wrecker on the scene, and traffic is starting to build up back towards Watkins. So keep that in mind on I-40 near Chelsea Avenue. Also, we have a crash on Union Avenue, east of Bellevue Boulevard, in front of the Methodist University Hospital. That's a crash on Union Avenue east of Bellevue Boulevard. And that's your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Can't stop, addicted to the shindig. Chop, chop, it says
okay.
I'm gonna win big.
Chili Peppers.
A life of imitation. Distant us into the reservation.
Gabe Kuhn on the aux today. I'm Peter, he's Anthony. That's Zach, who's on probation right now. Multiple violations of show policy.
Get kicked out the church.
Unbelievable. Frank on the tweets says, Zach, you don't have to take that. You don't have to take the setup. I told him it's not a setup, it's a test, and he said, Frank agreed. He said on the Twitter, he failed miserably. That's an infraction at the least. Yes, Frank, it is an infraction. He's got a yellow card in soccer. We give him a yellow card right now. You better watch it, buddy. Close to that red card, it could be trouble. You can tweet me and Anthony, of course. I'm at Peter Edmiston. He's at Sane Asylum. Zach is at Rack City Zach, and we got at Sports 56 WHBQ. We got plenty of ways for you to get in touch with us on the chat, the video screen, Periscope. You could if you want to get in touch with us, you can. We're not stopping you, okay? And some of you folks, we probably should be stopping you, but we can't.
Ain't no need.
Ain't no need, says Anthony.
Ain't no need to try, man.
Ain't no need to try. And okay, what about? Can we try to figure out what's going on with Memphis and the mysterious case of the party bus that may or may not
have happened? I was
let's set the scene first of all. Okay, so Memphis Friday, as everyone's getting ready for a weekend of college football. There's no Memphis game, but Memphis and Houston are set to play next weekend at the Liberty Bowl, and so. Word starts to filter out. It started from Joseph Duarte, who covers Houston for the Houston Chronicle. He says, I'm hearing stuff that there may be a whole bunch of Memphis people that have COVID, and there's going to be a problem there. And initially everyone was like, well, that's kind of weird. That's coming from Houston, but I guess they may have informed the Houston people that something was going on. And when sure enough, you get some digging around and stuff, and lo and behold, the folks at the CA, Evan Barnes, Jason Munns, Marcianato reporting that
the big three.
There's definitely some. Is that? I mean, I like all those.
I've never met Jason Munns. I have no clue who that dude is.
Really? I've
never met him before.
He's a good dude.
Yeah. I know his face, but like,
well, I'm gonna talk to him. We'll have him on the show this week.
Have him on.
Meet him. Yeah, we're just it won't even. He won't even. Not even gonna talk.
I'm just trying to figure out why he don't know me.
It's gonna be just a way.
I'm somebody he need to get to know. I ain't trying to get to know that dude. He need to try to get to know me. I'm gonna ask him why he don't know me by now. That's what I'm trying to figure out, bro.
It's a good question. It's a fair question.
I'm acting the same. It's insane asylum. I mean, come on, bro. I don't play around with these dudes. I'm just trying to figure out why we ain't never had no interaction before. But it's all good. I ain't trying to meet that dude. Who is he for me to meet him? You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Whoa.
I'm just playing, bro. I just run my mouth.
You coming out here with the guns blazing? There's no reason for that. Months is a good
I don't know.
Anyway, so that being said, everyone they come out and said, yeah, there's something going on here, and then not long thereafter, the university releases a statement that says that a number of individuals have a COVID thing, and we got some more that are quarantined, and so. A couple days later, the conference announces that the game is going to be postponed, and so the game that was happening next Saturday, or this coming Saturday, I guess, is now off. Mm-hmm. Now the circumstances of that are still somewhat in dispute.
Yeah,
you have reportedly 20 positive cases within the program.
Not one, not two, not 17.
No.
Not 18.
20. 20 cases. And then you have a number of others, and potentially, 20 or more that have close contact and therefore have to be quarantined as well,
right?
Because of the close contact rules. And so now you're basically dealing with half your team is affected by this whole situation. And so there you go. The word is. The initial word, at least according to the old ubiquitous source close to the situation, it was that there was a party bus involved. That was the report that came from the Commercial Appeal that there was a party bus that happened after the game against Arkansas State.
Right? Giannotto put that.
Well, yeah, I would say it wasn't just Giannotto. It was the troika.
I just like throwing stuff on my boy Giannotto, man. So we're going to say that Giannotto made this whole thing up, right?
No, man. We're going to listen. We're going to get into this.
All right, come on.
This is an interesting.
I ain't saying nothing else,
exercise.
Go ahead. I ain't saying nothing.
So then you got Evan, Munns, and Giannotto saying collectively within their report that there was a party bus involved.
Right.
That the source close to the situation.
Describe a party bus. Is that like a bus?
You never been on a party bus?
Because I think when I hear party bus, I know party bus like the big buses where there's an actual party going on inside of it.
Yeah.
Then I've seen like the Nashville Daisy Dukes and Cowboy Boots party buses too, where they're pedaling a bus. Pedaling a bike. Right. So what are we talking? We're talking about the first.
It ain't the party bike thing.
Okay. It ain't the party.
We're talking about a bus of some
actual
sort.
Bus. All right. Okay.
Yeah. Now people have different types of buses. Now I remember. Back in the day, there used to be people that would rent out school buses and just kind of make a
school bus,
party bus,
right? I guess
that kind of thing. But then there are specialized party buses for the occasion. You got karaoke party buses. You got stripper pole party buses. You got dance floor party buses. You got all kinds of different. So I have no. I don't know. I would be shocked that party buses are allowed to operate. Frankly, in this COVID environment, it seems as though that would be a very like the dictionary definition of the worst possible place to be. An enclosed environment that's small, lots of people, lots of talking, yelling, screaming. That seems like a absolutely perfect environment to spread COVID. So it seems like that wouldn't be allowed to happen. But I must admit, I don't know. I don't know where the party bus scene is at this point. I love party buses.
Sounds
we did
fun.
one for my wife's birthday not too a few years ago, and it was great. So I love them. I'm not knocking the party bus as a concept. It's beautiful.
Yeah, great concept.
Just in this particular environment, may not be the best idea.
It could be
However,
a super spreader.
Very much so. But here's the other thing, Zane.
Mm-hmm.
So after this party bus part came out, then a couple of Tiger players pushed back against that story and said, O'Brien Goodson in particular was like, no, this is not that didn't happen. We didn't do this. Don't believe everything that you read, et cetera, et cetera. So that leads us to where we are now, which is that the game has been postponed, that there is a rampant COVID outbreak at the University of Memphis football program, and we are still somewhat in dispute as to how and the circumstances of it happening. Is there anything that I'm missing in this whole situation?
No. I think that's the whole gamut of it. I think you ran.
So what say you? What say you, Anthony? Saying?
I say that the party bus thing doesn't matter, whether that's the way they got it or not, because what they did is just college kids doing what college kids do, what college athletes do, and this is what we said our concerns about doing, having college sports. This is what's going to happen, man. You know what I mean? Like, this really is inevitable. And I was talking to somebody over the weekend because, like you talk about a bubble campus with the NBA, but no reported COVID-19 cases at all, none. And you look at a college campus being the total opposite of what a bubble would be in the NBA, because it's a bubble, so to speak, because it is an actual campus, but it's everyone stuck on the campus with no rules. So it's an even worse situation. That situation is a very bad situation if you're trying to prevent COVID-19. And I just think we're just seeing the results of it, man. Like we've been talking about this for literally a month now, how we don't see how you're going to get through a college football season without these type of things jumping off all the time. These kids go back to their dorms with other kids that are having parties, chugging apples, and having coughing contests and
chugging apples.
What?
What kind of party are you going to?
They're bobbing
chugging apples. Let's
chugging
go.
beer and bobbing for apples. Like, all this stupid stuff is happening, bro. Like
chugging applesauce and getting the juice boxes. I got you. I understand.
You know how your people giving y'all be at parties, man. You get to kissing each other in the mouth, don't even know each other. All kind of crazy stuff go down, man. You know that. So people went to UTK is what I'm referring to. Not UTK students. That's what I was referring to.
Well, that is just a UTK thing, but you know.
Yeah. But yeah, man, just wild stuff. Like, how do you expect these kids not to do this, bro?
These parties are. Again, pre-COVID, that's wild parties. That's where the action is. That's
and
what
it's like,
but
the thing that you would love to see is for the whole student body to say, hey, look, we got to protect our Tiger football team, so we have to do right. So when we're around them, they'll be ready to represent us on Saturday. But they ain't doing that. Like, that ain't happening. You can't expect them to do that.
But hang on. So listen. But let's just look at this from a logical standpoint, okay? What else do kids do besides party?
They like to be around each other and hang around each other.
Correct. Yeah. And what happens when they're around each other? What do they like to do?
They like to
document those.
Oh yeah, they like to put it on tape. Yeah.
They like to put that stuff on Instagram. They like to put that stuff out there. Social
on the
media.
gram.
Yeah, constantly. It didn't happen unless it's on some social media. Like, if you didn't party with various photos, and has there been any photo? Have we seen any indication of this?
No, I ain't seen it at all. So it probably
now is that not unusual? Like, I mean,
that is unusual
in this day and age. In this day and age, for a party bus, presumably would have dozens of people on it. Not just, it's not a party bus of 5. It's probably a party bus of 50. You're telling me amongst those 50 people, not one of them would have some photos or something documentation of this?
Right. But here's the thing, bro.
So we haven't snitched.
We haven't,
Peter.
We haven't seen it. Yeah, but that's not about.
I'm just
snitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they would post it. Like, it would be on Saturday evening. Like, you know, there would be an Instagram post at like 11 p.m. Like, hey, look who came on the bus.
When Lou Williams went and got some wings. When Lou Williams went to the strip club to get wings, there was documentation of Lou Williams eating wings.
Minutes after it happened. Who's in Magic City? Lou Will. Lou Will's in Magic City.
Lou Weezy.
He's ordering the Lou Will wings. He's
Lou Willville was in Magic City, and it was documented.
Exactly. So there's no documentation that I'm aware of. I mean, again, I'm not.
Patrick Ewing voice. When was he in there? Patrick Ewing voice. Shout out to Patrick Ewing, coach at Georgetown.
So
listen, but here's
another thing. You have two players that say that didn't happen.
Right.
And there's no, I don't see any documentation of it. So I don't know. Like, it didn't
have to happen. They were on the field with Houston players who they got cases too, right?
With Arkansas State.
I mean,
Arkansas State played over the weekend.
Hey, that's on them. Because that's what we said, man. This stuff gonna be nasty. These teams gonna be playing with sick players, bro.
They won. They played and they won. I mean, like,
bro, this stuff is gonna get bad, bro. I'm telling you.
But you're not supposed. They're supposed to have been tested and all that stuff to have played. So if they
ain't testing nobody. It's Arkansas. Come on, man. Yeah, I'm trying to say it without saying it. We talking about Arkansas.
No.
All right.
Wait a minute. Wait.
No, this has nothing to do with Arkansas.
What color?
We have to beat Kansas State. Come on.
What color uniforms Arkansas wear?
Like, what does that have to do with anything?
Okay. Yeah, you'll catch what I'm trying to say in a minute. But anyway. No, but here's
let me clarify for Saint's sake. The testing is done properly across the board, unless it's not. But I don't know.
Hey, all these schools who believe these guys are healthy young men and they'll bounce back.
Now here's the other thing. If Kansas State ends up with a whole bunch of
we already know.
If they end up with a 20,
we know Arkansas State ain't checking nobody. They get 24 pack. You know they ain't checking nobody.
The 20-piece
piece COVID-19.
Extra spicy.
Add lemon pepper. You hear me? That's what they got.
Extra spicy.
Man,
listen, I can't. It's a little too hot. Those are real hot,
bro. Can I say something else?
I'm just saying. Either Arkansas State has got some issues, which we don't. I mean, that's possible. The players are getting it from another source,
right?
Like the program is not sealed up and is not buttoned up the way that it's supposed to be. And there was apparently a rumor that the AAC was concerned about Memphis's adherence to some of the COVID regulations for whatever reason. I have no idea if that's true or not.
All it takes is one dude, man. All it takes is one dude.
But I'm just saying, this is. If you're not buttoned up, if you're not buttoned up, then that's the way it happens. Right. It doesn't take long. That's why you have to be super duper buttoned up with all of your protocol. You know, this is an easy thing to spread in a football team, in a football environment when you're so close to it's just easy. It's easy to spread. Right. That's why you got to be absolutely stone cold certain what you're doing.
Can I say something else in regards to being stone cold certain?
Yeah.
This is a word of advice to all of our listeners, all of our readers, all of our people who pay attention to our tweets and all those type of things. Mm-hmm. When you see people saying stuff on Twitter that are reporters, especially their national reporters, don't come at these guys like they're making stuff up, man. Because that does happen sometimes where they get bad information or something might not be true. But you're going to end up looking goofy arguing with these people. Because I see people, everybody's, well, we aren't hearing that here, so just wait a minute. This kind of stuff gets out. You know what I mean? So I saw a lot of people on Twitter, people arguing with me. I'm like, bro, I don't care how they got it. The kids got it. When I see Evan Barnes and Giannotto, two guys that I know and I respect, put their name on something, ain't no need trying to blow smoke like these guys are making something up, man. You know what I mean? And it's like we said, it could be a party bus. It could be Arkansas State. It could simply be one kid on that team got COVID-19 by being too comfortable in a certain situation, whatever the situation might be. May have went out to eat, might have had food delivered and got it from his delivery driver. Anything could have happened. And then they're playing football with each other, so these 20 guys have it or whatever. All the other stuff doesn't really matter, but like I said, man, if it's not in a controlled environment, this is how it's going to be, especially when you're talking about 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kids, basically. So
no question.
You can't expect. I mean, this is what college sports is going to look like. Arkansas State ain't reporting their numbers. They're just breaking news.
We'll keep talking about it. Coming up, also we're going to talk about what happened on the field, including a rough start for Mike Norvell, among other things. So we'll do all that. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96, 187.
Take Sports 56 with you on your phone or tablet. Download our official Sports 56 app today.
Commitment, dedication, perseverance. At FedEx, our people are our strength. Even during these unprecedented times, we are delivering medical supplies, test kits, and the things you need every day. Helping the world move forward together. Strength, what we deliver by delivering. FedEx.
Farmers Insurance knows that there's a not-so-subtle difference between the sound of a car hitting your rear bumper and the sound of a clown car hitting your rear bumper.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Sorry about that.
We call that a three-ring fender bender, and we covered it. Talk to a farmer's agent.
They know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
We have all heard of Casper. You know, the sleep company with outrageously comfortable products at not so outrageous prices. From award-winning mattresses to pillows, sheets, and duvets, Casper transforms the way we sleep one snooze at a time. And with their Labor Day sale, you can experience the Casper comfort with a brand new mattress now featuring Zone Support. The original mattress provides the support and cooling that you need with the comfort you love. 4 layers of premium foam are designed to provide pressure relief for all-night comfort. Now with Zone Support, designed to be softer under the shoulders and firmer under hips to help align your spine. From bedding, bed frames, and even a dog bed, Casper has everything you need to build the bed of your dreams. And as always, free shipping and free returns. Get 10% off your entire order right now through September 14th with the code COMFORT10. Offer expires September 14th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Time. Excludes the Element mattress bundles and sale items. Limit 1 offer per customer and order. Please see Casper.com/terms for additional terms and conditions.
Hey, Tiger fans, this is John Stacy of the Wolf Chase Honda Blue and Gray Show. You can hear Drew Barrett and I talk Tigers with Tigers every Sunday night at 5 right here on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7. You never know which Tigers great we'll have in the studio with us either. We'll get them to call in, too. We are your go-to show for Memphis Tigers football. That's the Wolf Chase Honda Blue and Gray Show right here on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
You already know you can listen to Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 anywhere with the Sports 56 app or at sports56whbq.com. But you can also watch live video of all of our shows on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Periscope. Don't miss out on anything. Stay in touch with Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 on social media. Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Picture me rolling in my 500 Benz. I got no love for these. There's no need to be friends. They got me under surveillance. I swear somebody can tell it. No, there's no being sold. But I ain't the one selling. Don't want to be another number. I got a bumper gang and weed to keep it going under. The federalists want to
kind of a West Coast theme from Gabe so far. Is it true that your son was named after Gabe Kuhn?
No. If he was, I had some serious conversations there with my ex-wife. I think we should name him Gabe. Wait, hold on a minute.
I just like that name all of a sudden.
I knew a girl that she named her son after one of her ex-boyfriends. I thought that was like...
Ooh, that's you can't... That,
that's like, what? And she's admitted that crap.
It's true. You can't...
I was like, what, man?
Ooh, that is awful. Awful right there. 67129 on the text line, 67129 line, 67129, I should say, on the text line. So we were talking about the game itself. The game itself is going to be off. The games that were played. What happened to Mike Norvell?
Trash.
I know it's tough. They've had talent turnover. They've had issues. You know, there's a reason why. They've gone through the kind of coaching situation that they've gone through, Willie Taggart situation, everything else. I get it, but Georgia Tech still hasn't even completely changed over from Paul Johnson and the basically triple option veer stuff that they were running. They don't have the personnel to run Jeff Collins' system the way that he wants to run it, and they still go into Florida State and beat Mike Norvell in the
front of a hostile crowd.
13. And let me tell you something. Like, I watched this game, and Georgia Tech beat them, gave them that work, as the kids like to say. This was not in any way a fluke. They outgained them by 130 yards, outpassed them, outrushed them. This was a beatdown. There's a lot more work that Mike Norvell has to do than I think a lot of folks realized.
And their poor fans risked Rona to see their team get beat at home.
Did you? I mean, those fans were was to watch their reactions, man. I risked the Rona for this. I risked getting sick for this.
Shout out to Mike Norvell, who probably was. Someone asked me who was the coach of the decade last year in the city of Memphis, and it's Mike Norvell. That's probably an easy answer. But I
don't know if it's an easy answer.
Who you think it is? Lionel Hollins?
I don't know. I think it might have been. Lionel Hollins. I think certainly in terms of overall impact, but even football wise, I think Fuente's got to be.
I'm a Fuente guy. I like Fuente.
He turned that thing around.
Yeah.
That thing was. They couldn't even practice. Like they couldn't even do stuff. I mean, it was pitiful, man.
I was a Fuente guy when I covered.
I mean, Norvell's great. Norvell's great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking.
I've always thought Norvell. I'll say this, bro. Y'all get mad at me if you want. I always thought Norvell was kind of fake. I didn't think he was too genuine, bro. Like I always kind of felt like he wasn't a genuine dude. I mean, I might be wrong. Shout out to all the Mike Norvell lovers in the city of Memphis. I know there are a lot of them, but I didn't really care for Mike too much as far as it. And I didn't really like how I think.
Is that because he didn't pay homage to you? Is that what? Did you expect him to call you? And
no, the last season I covered Tiger football.
Like you expect Jason Munz to just call you?
No. Now I want to say that the last season that I covered Tiger football was. I covered his press conference, but I didn't cover Tiger football that particular season. I don't think. I might be wrong, but I can't really remember. I think it was just me and Fuente. Fuente is my guy, though, man.
Well, listen. At the end of the day, man, I'm not knocking any of them.
Yeah.
They all had great skill and great accomplishment in their own right for their own reasons and all that stuff. Certainly, David Fizdale's got to be up there as well.
Huh? No. I know you think I'm be paying attention.
I just want to make sure you're paying attention.
Nah, man.
You look down for a second. That's how I test you, like the schools test the kids. You're like this. And then I just waited for the Fizdale. What?
Hey, I
bet popped up like what?
Get a job. I bet Fizdale get a job, which is the craziest thing in the world. I guarantee.
I mean, a head coaching job?
Yeah, that Bulls job. That Bulls job. It screams David Fizdale.
No. The Rockets job might scream David.
Oh my God! If he get that, man.
No.
We gotta talk about this stuff too.
Sam Cassell's gonna get that Rockets job.
I hope he does, man. Man, I hope Sam
Cassell's gonna get that Rockets job. That's a stone cold lock. Guarantee. Put it down, lock it, put it in the vault. It's done. You can go ahead and just sign it up right now. Sam Cassell will be the new Rockets coach.
Little ugly dude.
Yep. By the end, and maybe it depends on I guess how the Clippers do, but by the end of the week, let's just say.
You remember that story where somebody went inside a store, went inside a restaurant, and on the ticket they put little ugly dude on there.
Little ugly dude. That's Sam Cassell, ladies and gentlemen. We'll come back. Hour number 2 on the way. We're going to talk a little bit about the NFL. In hour number 2, we're going to talk about the wild weekend in the NBA, including Grizzlies with 2 assistant coaching hires.
Yes, sir.
Not 1, but 2.
Not 1.
Assistant coaching hires. And they still got 1 to do because they lost 1. They were -1 plus 2 for the Grizzlies. So Nevin Spahia is out.
They replaced him yesterday.
That's what I said, but they still haven't technically. They're still down 1. Their whole staff. They're down. They lost 3.
Who was the third when they lost?
And they.
All right, we'll talk about that. Yeah, come on, man. I think you're wrong, bro. But go ahead.
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you? The audacity. We'll come back. Hour number 2 on the way. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96, 187.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Ian Eagle here from Westwood One with a preview of the NFL Week 1 Monday night doubleheader. Up first, Ross Tucker and I will be in New York as second-year quarterback Daniel Jones and the Giants host Ben Roethlisberger in his post-injury return with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Then, after our game, Kevin Harlan and Hall of Famer Kurt Warner will be in Denver for the Broncos and the Titans. Kurt, give us a preview of that one.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how Tennessee bounces back from that AFC Championship loss. Ryan Tannehill, great year last year. Can he put that together a second year and show that he is a franchise guy in the NFL? And on the other side, Drew Lock, what kind of strides does he make in year 2? Unfortunately, they'll be doing it without Von Miller.
Thank you, Kurt. Join us for Week 1 doubleheader action on Monday Night Football.
Remember to listen to Westwood One's coverage of the NFL all season long. Right here on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
O'Reilly. It's O-Rewards Member Appreciation Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts, where you can earn bonus points on more than 250 offers, like Bosch Icon Wiper Blades, save $8 per pair, and earn double O-Rewards points. Online or in-store, get $5 for every 150 points you earn. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
As you get back to business, small things can make a big difference, like marking safe distances with floor tape and posting reminders to wash hands. As always, Grainger is here to help, offering supplies and solutions for every industry. Free access to product specialists, 24/7 support, safety recovery guides, and more. It's part of our commitment to help you adapt and recover in these challenging times. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You hear the phrase all day, every day. In these uncertain times this, in these uncertain times that. Well, in these uncertain times, one thing I know for certain, you want you some Central Barbecue. Central Barbecue is open for you to dine in or carry out, online orders and curbside pickup. And another thing you can be certain about is this. We are doing everything in our power to keep you and our staff safe. You can be sure that everyone working at any Central Barbecue is following every safety protocol there is, and they'll encourage you to do the same. Come on in and get some Central Barbecue. And yes, your face covering is probably going to end up with some sauce on it. A small price to pay for safety.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage, factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you're treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
The crash on I-40 westbound near Chelsea. The right lane and the shoulder has been cleared. Wreckers were on the scene to clear the traffic out of the way. Traffic might be a little bit slow towards Watkins due to the buildup, so just keep that in mind. Also, there is an crash on Union Avenue east of Bellevue Boulevard in front of the Methodist University Hospital. So that's Union east of Bellevue Boulevard. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Yeah. Sometimes we laugh and sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now. Baby, I took a half and she took the whole thing. Slow down. Baby, we took a trip, now we on your block and it's like a ghost town. Baby, where did these be at when they say they doing all this and all that? Tired of beefing you bums, you can't even pay me enough to react. Been waking up in the crib and sometimes I don't even know where I'm
Hour number 2 is here.
Please don't pay that songs in this podcast.
Gabe Kuhn on the aux. Pete and Sane with you. Sane's loving this.
Light skinned Lord, man. Lord Drake himself.
He's all right. He's all right.
Get out of here, man. I'll walk off this show. You say something else bad about Drake, bro. Oh, man.
He's all right.
Oh, man.
I'm really just irritated that he inspired a whole host of Drakeettes that try to rap like him. And that
Shout out to Lord Drake himself, man. The light-skinned Lord himself.
You know, I mean, just like everyone's just like, I'm gonna do it like Drake does. No,
this would have been another number one hit.
You're not Drake.
This would have been another number one hit. It went for Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion song being number one. This would have been another number one for Drake, man.
The better song. You're right.
Huh?
The better song.
This, babe, I'm tell you how cold Drake is, bro. Drake's last album had 3 number ones. 3 number one songs on one album. Hold on.
Yeah.
And he had one song that peaked at number 2, which was Nonstop. You know why number 2 didn't make it to number 1? You want to know why?
Another one of his songs.
Another Drake song was sitting at number 1. He couldn't get to number 1.
No, he's a super commercial success. He makes lots of.
You got to throw the
very
commercial.
Popular.
Our Lord and Savior Drake. Lord Drake.
Drake. I mean, he's right. That's more about what he's inspired.
These folks hating
himself personally.
Cardi B needs to just take that song out the charts, man. Just let Drake get another number 1, man.
Nah, man. That's the iconic song. That's the one right there.
I feel you.
Everybody out here doing all kinds of mixes and remixes. I saw somebody do a Jeopardy remix to WAP. That was great. They put it to the Jeopardy theme song.
Don't ever disrespect Drake legacy, man.
I know.
You know everybody be talking about versus battles and all that type of stuff. Why ain't nobody calling out Drake, bro?
No one wants to versus battle.
Bro, only somebody that can do a versus battle with Drake, they had to pull Michael Jackson's body out from the grave.
Did Drake even write his own stuff?
What you mean he just write his own stuff?
Yeah, it's Drake.
Bro, they would have to pull.
The streets tell me that Drake may have
to pull Michael
significant
Jackson's corpse from the grave and sit in a chair and hit play to go up against Drake. There's only somebody that can ever go on a versus battle against Drake, bro. Just remember that. Okay, nobody go hit for hit with that dude. You can go R&B, rap, pop, whatever you want to do.
Writing for writing, certainly.
Hey, man, you a hater if I ain't never seen one, bro. Don't ever disrespect that man legacy.
Little Drakeettes.
There's a bunch of little Drakeettes
little drizzlets out there just doing it. No,
that's called influence, man. That's called influence.
Okay,
don't hate on that man, bro.
That ain't a positive influence. That's the kind of influence I like to see.
Bro, you a hater if I ain't never seen one, bro.
Hour number 2 is here.
My Lord and Savior Drake like that again, ever, bro.
Family Leisure Studios out here. Same with you. Hour number 2 on the way. We talked a little COVID in the Tigers, and COVID is victorious over Tigers Houston. For this coming Saturday, we'll see when and if that game is rescheduled. Because, it makes it tough. The schedule's set up, and it's hard. It's hard to squeeze some of these games in. We lost a few games. We lost Virginia Tech over the weekend as well, and it's going to be tough to squeeze that one in. That means that I don't even know if there's going to be a primetime game on ESPN this week. The schedule this week is astonishingly bad. You can't believe how bad I know everyone's excited about football just in general. Like, hey, we got college football. Hey,
COVID is gearing for a championship this year, man.
Like, the schedule is just like there's not a game in the bunch that is like anything. Like there's not even there's not a national game on ESPN. Like it said, they're like, it was going to be Virginia Tech, and then they postponed, and they're like, nah, we're good. We don't need to add anything else. BYU Army was postponed. That means you got on ESPN2, You got Louisiana at Georgia State, followed by Troy at Middle Tennessee, followed by Louisiana Tech at Southern Miss. That's the ESPN2. Those are the best. Those are three of the best. Tulsa, Oklahoma State, allegedly going to happen. We shall see. Houston and Baylor, we just scheduled one just like over the weekend. Like both teams had cancellations and issues, and so they just were like, you want to play this weekend? Yeah, okay, all right, let's go. And so Fox wanted to put a game on, so they just decided let's put it together. And so that game is scheduled. I don't know why you got other teams scheduling games for like 2035, and out here because of COVID, Houston and Baylor can schedule something 5 days in advance. That's Miami-Louisville is the best game on the schedule by a mile and a half, by a million miles. And, watching Miami over the weekend, that's some work to do, but there was some interesting stuff. South Florida, Notre Dame. There's just nothing. This is just a brutal. It's the worst week of games I think we've ever seen. The SEC jumps into play in week 4, and then I think you're going to have a little, hopefully a little something better.
How is the season
on the horizon?
How and when is the season going to end? If you're constantly some teams haven't even started playing a game.
I don't know.
Yet.
The Big Ten is supposed to be jumping in within the next month. Theoretically, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how you. I don't know what the you're going to have an 8-game schedule. The Big Ten starting October 14th, 17th, something like that.
I told you Big Ten was going to get back in this. Didn't I tell you?
I don't remember if you did or not. Honestly,
bro. These folks wilding out here at college football, bro.
Pac-12 thus far seems does show no signs of jumping back in, so I don't know. Point being, man, this is it's going to be really strange, and as we get closer and closer to cold and flu season and everything else, you're probably going to have some more issues cropping up. So I don't know, man. I don't know how you got the SEC starting 2 weeks. You got Big Ten theoretically starting in a month. How are we all going to wait for? Is it going to be time? Is it all going to? I don't know. I don't know how many games are going to be canceled. I don't know. Everyone's just trying their best to play through it as best they can. Shout out to the Sun Belt. Sun Belt 2-0 against the Big 12 this weekend. Kudos to them. We mentioned Arkansas State victorious, and then the crazy one, Louisiana. The University of Louisiana just absolutely hammered Iowa State. Wasn't even close. So it's weird. It's weird out here, Anthony.
Yeah, man. These streets strange out here, man.
It's a weird year, and there's weird happenings. Clemson did beat Wake Forest, although it was not as dominant as you might have expected. But they did take care of business. And Notre Dame beat Duke, and Oklahoma beat Missouri State on pay-per-view. If you watch that game, God bless you. If you paid $55 to watch that game, then
Kansas just needs to shut down their football program, man. It's 38-23 loss to Coastal.
Oh, boy. Everyone braving COVID to watch that.
Yeah, man. Imagine braving the elements of COVID to get smacked by Coastal.
Could it ever be worth it?
Imagine quarantining and not enjoying a normal college life just so you can get beat up by a Coastal. Rough loss, man. Boy. Rough times.
So rough times indeed. So let's talk a little NFL.
Talk about it.
So
what in the world is happening outside my door?
Look at this.
Look at Zach, man. Zach coming in ready.
Listen to that. Listen to that driving beat. How about those Cowboys?
Sure ass.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
What a terrible call. Terrible call. These officials, they're going to hear about it from me. It's ridiculous. Boy, Jerry Jones is a weird-looking guy. Anyway, Dak Prescott, Michael Gallup was going to be a touchdown. 21 seconds left. Or maybe it was going to be a field goal to tie. Who knows? But instead it was offensive pass interference. Yeah. OPI!
Horrible call.
Trash.
Horrible call, by the way.
Jalen Ramsey was getting smoked all game. But everybody
wants a great call.
Everybody wants to highlight the offensive pass interference and the hit that he had on Amari Cooper.
Honey baked the whole game.
Referee Tony Corrente says, I could tell you it was a clear and obvious on the field of a hand into the opposing player, a full arm extension that created separation. In all situations, that would be called. We're not going to allow that at any time of the game. Tony Corrente, American hero. Thank you, Tony. You're exactly right about that.
Yeah, that's trash because Gallup got hooked and he tried to get his arm free.
Right. If that's the case, man. Every freaking play is offensive pass interference.
I mean, this is what it's all about. Cowboys down 3. I mean, it's beautiful.
Man, just because your bootleg video game team back before they had NFL license on games and they just had the
QB7 was looking good. QB7 was looking good.
Because your bootleg ass team won. Don't be trying to act like everybody else is just trash out here, man.
I love it.
Y'all
love
come back to
you got to blame the Eagles. The Eagles are the ones who lost to a bootleg team. You got to talk to them about that.
But you remember those games that didn't have license?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
what y'all
Was it NFL
90,
98, 97 on the Nintendo?
Oh, I mean, all of them back in Tecmo Bowl day. It was just whatever.
Bro, you know what? I was
the Los Angeles whatever versus the
I was 40 years old before I realized that those teams on Tecmo Bowl were not the real NFL teams. They had the NFL PA license, but they didn't have the NFL team license.
Yeah, they had the player licenses, but not the team licenses. So they just had and that's why they always had the first name. You could always have the city, because you can't trademark a city. But you could trademark the nickname. So it was always like Washington, Dallas, San Francisco, Pittsburgh, but not like Steelers, Cowboys, etc.
Because I went back and played the OG Tecmo Bowl 1. Yeah. And the colors weren't even right. Like the colors for the team on some of them weren't even the right colors. I was like, crap, man. No. All this time I thought so fun.
You got one run. You got up and you can do up and A, up and B, down B, down A. You got get 2 runs, 2 passes.
And some teams, I think the Dolphins had 3 passing plays and 1 run play or something like that.
Yeah, because you had Dan Marino and all that. And you got a little extra, But yeah. It was then you just give it to Bo Jackson on Tecmo Super Bowl, and it was all over.
And on defense, you just got whoever the best player was, and he was the only guy that could get interceptions. Everybody else was too slow. Like you would get like a defensive lineman, and he's covering receivers. Like it was crazy.
And if you got in the open field, you just had to just keep moving around because the guy would just dive. Like they kept diving at you. You just had to keep. No one was fast enough to actually just run away from it.
And when you threw a pass, you saw what it got. You never.
And yet that's more fun than Madden. It's way more fun than Madden. It's way more fun because Madden is too complicated and it's not great anymore. Anyway, Cowboys lost. The important thing is the Cowboys lost, and deservedly so, and that's great. We love that.
No.
Great start to the season for everyone.
It's still weak.
I mean, look, he's clearly pushing off like this. He's got a full arm extension.
No.
I mean, it's obvious. You're looking at it. It's obvious call.
No.
Jalen Ramsey could not. A cornerback of Jalen Ramsey's quality? Come on.
Yeah, he was getting smoked all game, man. He was getting smoked, man. Like, you go back and watch the tape. He was getting smoked. But everybody wants to highlight the
Jalen Ramsey has Fred Smoot-ish tendencies, which is a real a guy who talks an unbelievable amount of trash. And gets
Fred
beaten
Smoot
on a regular basis.
Fred
Smoot was
notorious
a Washington football team player who would constantly talk. Former Mississippi State Bulldog, just getting worked on a constant basis and wouldn't shut up about just constantly eating crow. Ridiculous. All right, so the good news is the Cowboys lost. That's the important thing. Let's focus on the good news. Let's not worry about all the details or whatever else. Bad calls, good calls. Who could say? The important thing is the Cowboys lost.
Okay.
That's a good way to start the season.
Okay.
So congratulations to the Rams for getting a win in their new stadium that's empty.
Yeah.
$5 billion well spent is what I said.
That's crazy.
Yep. Did you notice that the games didn't look weird to me at all, even with 0 fans in the stands, even the ones where they didn't have any fans.
Because you don't see the fans in most shots. Right. You don't. I mean, in the hard camera shots, you don't see them. So football can look fine. Some sports look fine. Some sports don't because some sports have fans as part of the normal shots and some don't.
Right. Baseball looks good.
That's why you need to have those cutouts in baseball and all that. Let's talk about those Washington football teamers, though. Man.
Let's not.
Football teamers.
Look at those Washington football team players.
Let's celebrate
getting after it.
This one and probably
the Washingtonians. Hey, listen, I did not expect to start 1-0. Had lost 6 straight to the Eagles. Didn't win a division game all last year, et cetera, et cetera. So I wasn't expecting a whole lot. But I got to say, I don't know what they're going to do with the name or whatever. It sounds real stupid, I admit, the Washington football team.
And that generic trash font logo with a big W.
Hey, Hey, I love the big W, and I think the numbers, like the Alabama Crimson Tide style numbers, is great. I think the helmets, and I think the whole design looks great. Actually,
are you are you just saying
for real?
This off?
No, for real. Like I think the numbers, like you don't see NFL teams that have numbers like that. That's cool. That's a cool.
Right.
That looks cool on the helmet. That
Are
looks,
they selling that?
That
stuff?
looks cool.
Are they selling these jerseys like
Yeah.
Washington? So
Yeah.
Daniel Snyder's
Yeah.
getting paid for finally caving in to something he should have done a long time ago. He's going to get
Oh,
paid
yeah.
twice because whenever the new
Correct.
uniform comes out, he's going to sell that too.
Correct.
It's a shame.
I hope
There
you
were a
didn't
lot
think
of
he was
good
going-
matchups
I
yesterday.
hope you think he wasn't going to like lose money on this deal. It's
Exactly.
unfortunate, but I mean, again, what happened to everyone talks about? The NBA really got Donald Sterling. I mean, they forced him to sell for $2 billion, $2.2. I mean, this, we got you.
Right.
Here's $2 billion. Take that,
And
buddy.
you ain't got to worry
I
about
mean,
a
it's-
team.
Exactly. So I mean, I hope you don't think that he's going to end up being the quote unquote loser. Sadly, our system is not geared that way.
Yeah.
Dwayne Haskins, though, terrible first half, looked a lot better in the second half. Gave a rousing halftime speech. Ron Rivera getting an IV treatment. He's undergoing chemotherapy, and then this is an inspiring story. You got to say, Antonio Gibson getting 9 carries. The former Tiger rookie out there. Was not a good rushing game for the Washington football teamers. But you know what? Doesn't matter. The defensive line looked great. Chase Young looked great. Victory. Let's talk about Super Bowl. Let's talk about the championships, all those things.
You got 2 matchups tonight, the Steelers and the Giants.
What, you didn't talk about Super Bowl or championships involving the Washington football team. So
No, we're not going to talk about
We'll
that.
just skip over that.
We're not going to talk about that at all, actually. But I'm not acknowledging Washington until they fix the error of their ways, till they take care of these harassment suits and all these type of things that are going on. Until Daniel Snyder's out here.
that's perfectly reasonable. I have no problem with that.
So
I
we're
got no
going
issue
to
with
stop
that.
talking about the Washington.
What about
football
Cameron Newton?
team. My man.
Brother Cam.
Looking like Superman again.
Yeah.
With the Superman
He looked
colors
good.
on.
He looked good. 15 and 19, 155 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions through the air. But on the ground, that's another story. 75 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns for Cam, and he looked as good. I would have expected nothing less.
What about my boy Lamar Jackson last night with the Ravens?
First of all, he got to play in the junior league against the Browns. So that's not even really a start to the season.
The Browns had a 3rd and 41 or something like that at one point.
But he was great. And here's the thing: the Browns now, this is their 14th consecutive head coach who has lost his opener. Lost his opening game.
Man.
14 consecutive first-time losses. That tells you what that franchise is all about.
Yeah, man.
Just a consistent loser. Lamar Jackson, 20-25, 3 touchdowns, 45 yards through the air as well, 45 yards on the ground, 275 through the air. He's great. Hollywood Brown doing his thing, 100 plus yards through the air. Baker Mayfield, 21 of 39, 189 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. And the Browns were pretty much stomped doo-doo.
Yeah,
I believe is what the kids would say. How about those? How about those Detroit Lions?
What about them?
Boy,
Poor DeAndre Swift, man.
Like,
DeAndre Swift. Have you ever seen a player immediately embody a team the way that DeAndre Swift, coming out of Georgia, was? So many people excited about what he could do. And look what happened. Immediately he becomes a Lion legend, dropping a game-winning touchdown with 20 seconds. I mean, it could not have been easier.
Hit him in the hands.
Just hit him right in the. I mean, all you got to do is just catch it, and it's a touchdown, and you win the game. You're a hero, but instead you drop it, and you basically become yet another Lion legend who sucks in the big moment.
Then also my boy Anthony Miller got the big touchdown.
About time.
Well, again, it wouldn't have been the big touchdown if DeAndre Swift had just caught the ball.
Hold on to the ball.
My goodness gracious! It was. I was watching the end of the Washington football game against the Eagles, and they cut right away to that was the play they cut to for the Lions. It's like 3rd down, and it's like Matthew Stafford's face was just like,
yeah.
Just eyes just giant. Like just looking at the guy like, what?
Yeah.
Are you? And they were still a fourth down, but like you knew they weren't going to get anything because they were all just stunned at dropping what was going to be a game-winning touchdown. Unbelievable.
Can I tell you something else?
Actually,
about,
pretty believable.
Yesterday's game. Something else about yesterday's games, Peter. I cranked up my Fire Stick for the first time in a long time.
The old bootleg magic.
Yes, and the amount of football games that I had at my disposal for free was overwhelming. I didn't even know what to do with it. Like I had Red Zone, NFL Network, and every game was on at the same time. I was like, I don't even know what to do with this. Like, and for the people who pay for that, man, that's really stupid to pay for. I ain't gonna lie. Like, if you got NFL Sunday ticket, you can't watch all them games one time.
You're not trying to watch all them. Well, you're trying to watch your team. You can't watch your team in your markets. That's why you pay for whatever.
But it be people be watching them as like watching all them joints. Like,
well, that's what they watch like Red Zone. You turn the Red Zone channel. That's the only way you can.
Yeah, Red Zone's pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie.
Red Zone's great.
But it just felt good.
You can get 3 or 4 TVs and then you can go that way too.
It just felt good having all that power in my hand, man. Like, I felt like Thanos or somebody with just the whole NFL in front of me at the same time. Shout out to Bootleg Stream.
I thought you could do that all the time, man.
Who?
You.
I ain't really used that junk like that last year. Like, now I'm like, yeah, I'm locked in. I watched like 30 games yesterday. It wasn't 30 games, but I watched a bunch of them joints.
You watched some twice? Just so
I saw the 49ers lose. Yeah, man. So I'm watching.
What happened to your
looking trash?
What happened to your 49ers?
Looking trash, man. Ever since my boy linked up with my girl, what's her name?
Your boy linked up with your girl.
Ever since my boy linked up with Kiara Mia, man, he ain't been the same.
Yeah.
My boy Garoppolo, man, when he got
Jimmy G, Jimmy G. Jimmy G's porn star situation is
he ain't been the same.
Problematic.
He ain't been the same.
He just looks terrible. He doesn't look good at all, man. He
looking real trash.
He's really holding them back. I don't know, man.
Yeah. And Kyler Murray, who I don't really follow college football that much as of late, but when I found out Kyler Murray was black, I was surprised. I didn't find it out yesterday. I knew that for a while now, but just thinking about Kyler Murray, I thought about it. Like, I didn't know he was black.
You thought just because of his name, you thought his name was a white name?
I thought he was a white guy. And then when I saw him, I was like, damn, that dude's black as a mother.
He's definitely black. When you see him, there's no mistaking it.
Barry Brunetti, I didn't know he was black back in the day until I actually saw him.
Oh, really? Yeah. Just because he's got brunette in his name, I mean, it's,
You know somebody else who I didn't know was black at first? You know somebody else?
There's plenty of
them. Fred Van Vliet. I didn't know he was black. Until it was a while before I realized he was black. Who was his teammate? When he was
Fred could be. He's a little. If you just kind of glance at Fred, you might not know.
Who was his teammate when he played? What was it? VCU he played for? No, who did he play for?
Wichita
State. Who was his
Ron
teammate?
Baker.
Yeah, I thought Ron Baker. Yeah, I thought Ron Baker.
You thought Ron Baker was black?
I saw him play, right, but I didn't know which one was which.
Ron Baker looks, he looks black.
So I thought Ron Baker was a black dude. I thought Ron Baker was a black dude, and Fred Van Vliet was a white guy. I was absolutely wrong. Yeah, man.
Well, I've told folks before, you cannot go by names. You just can't. You can't do it. Names will get you.
Yeah.
You can't just look at a name for sure.
Shout out to Pirtles.
We got some creative folks out there. Sometimes people, flex a little bit with the name, and next thing you know, you got somebody out there that's.
Shout out to Cordell and LaWanda Pirtle.
That's exactly They're the poster children of the name that sounds. But you hear Cordell and LaWanda Pirtle, you might have some thoughts. I was told I was going to get my kids with the dentist, and it was Latasha was going to do and I had a certain idea of what that would look like, and it was not at all. When I was introduced to Latasha, I was like, okay.
Shut up.
Okay. All right. Okay. Interesting. That's a little bit of a little curveball. Yeah. All right. Okay. I like what we're doing here.
But like I said,
we're having fun. I like it. Let's go. Let's get it.
When Ron Baker and Fred Van Vliet, when they were at Wichita State, I thought the names were switched up. Like, I didn't realize which one was which until I was like, crap. Fred Van Vliet is a black dude? Like, yeah, I didn't know. But yeah, shout out.
DeAndre Hopkins is black, though.
Who? Oh.
DeAndre Hopkins.
I thought you about to say he was white. Like, nah, man, quit playing.
DeAndre Hopkins is white.
I hate that throw it off, man.
Well, I mean, I'll try. Listen, we'll claim him.
But shout out to Kiara Mia, though.
He's good. I'll take him. So,
what color is Kiara Mia? You know.
That's what I was about to ask you. What do you think?
She's whitish, I think.
as I understand it, I believe there may be a mixed situation happening there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good, though. That's good. That's what it's all about, right?
Shout out to her work as playing Kim Kardashian, which I think is some of her best work.
Another interesting mix. We'll come back. We'll continue discussing a little football. We'll get into a little hoop as well. As a very interesting week in the bubble continued here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Sports Time on Sports 56 with Wallow and Stats. Weekday afternoons from 3 till 6. Right here on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies, we will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Five-Ash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five-Ash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
You're scrambling around. You need a haircut. Where you gonna go? I got a place that has 15 locations. I've got a place where details matter. I've got a place that can be invigorating and relaxing at the same time. You know what it is. It's Supercuts. Every haircut ends with the signature hot towel finish. Every haircut matters. When you're getting ready, you go into Supercuts. The stylist will pay attention to every detail. So you get the haircut you want, and of course, you're going to finish with that signature hot towel. You walk out clean, sharp, and not just ready, but super ready. And you might want to ask that hairstylist about what the Tea Tree experience is. One part invigorating, one part relaxing. The Tea Tree experience is something you need to try. 15 locations. I mentioned that, didn't I? All you've got to do is go to supercuts.com. You'll find the one nearest to you. Get super ready at Supercuts.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
Hello? Hello, Mrs. Kuntz. It's the back left tire of your RV calling. Wanted to give you a heads up that I'm going to blow out on the highway later today.
Wait, what?
Says here I'm going to burst in the middle of rush hour.
Well, can we reschedule?
Sorry, our policy states that once we're scheduled to burst, we have to. We really pride ourselves on our commitment to blowouts.
RV owners can't schedule when things go wrong on the road. That's why there's Progressive, a leader in RV insurance.
You want a text confirmation when I burst?
Think I'll notice.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
There's a new commissary in town. In Collierville, Germantown Commissary is doubling. Yeah, they're still going to have the old Germantown Commissary by the tracks, but now there's a huge new Germantown Commissary in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levee Road. It's huge, too. There's a drive-through. There's plenty of parking. No telephone pole to get in your way. A cool patio. It's right by the track, so the tradition continues. And this is a tradition that's been around forever. That commissary is famous for hickory-smoked, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue. They've got a private party room at the new one in Collierville. Self-catering still continues. Party packs for $5.95. Basically, the great ribs, the great pulled shoulder, the great deviled eggs, Everything is there in Collierville and Germantown now. So there is now a Germantown and Collierville style of barbecue. It's called Germantown Commissary.
Napa know-how.
Get all the quality parts you need at your locally owned Napa. Because right now, when you order from Napa online, you can pick up curbside at your local store in just 30 minutes. Or get your order delivered direct to your door with free one-day shipping and over 160,000 quality parts when you spend $35 or more. Quality parts delivered quickly and safely. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating stores, standard ground shipping and exclusions apply.
Hi, this is Rob Brown. Join Pete Cordelli and me for Sidelines Saturday mornings, 8 to 10 a.m. on Sports 56, 87.7, and 96.1 FM. We'll cover the Memphis Tigers, the SEC, recruiting. Hey, if they keep score, we're covering it. Check us out on the website at sports56whbq.com and sidelines.live. Sidelines is brought to you by Duncan Williams Asset Management. Saturday mornings, 8 to 10 a.m. Get up and give us a call.
Sports 56 traffic.
We have a disabled vehicle on I-55 northbound near Mallory Avenue. The left lane and the left shoulder is blocked as well. So that's a disabled vehicle, I-55 north near Mallory. And that's your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Let me be your everlasting light.
Yep. Gabe's on the aux.
Gabe's
Same with
slick
you.
bumping, though. Gabe is slick bumping. Oh, I got an announcement, too, bro. I forgot all about this earlier.
Okay.
For the past couple weeks, I've been announcing my Super Bowl predictions.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention this on the sliding scale. That's going to change every week. I forgot to tell y'all that part. That's a key. It's a key part I left out.
That is a key part of it.
Yeah, that's going to change on a weekly basis.
Okay. All right. Who's in the
I
Super
have my
Bowl
new
this week?
predictions. My new predictions are the Kansas
Washington?
City. No, it's Kansas City Chiefs and
The Washington football team. Got it.
no, the New Orleans Saints are coming out of the NFC. You saw a preview of them yesterday.
Chiefs and Saints. Saints made Tom Brady look bad.
I mean, here's the question: Zach, are you offended by the New Orleans Saints nickname at all?
No. Like, I have to sit and think about it for a second. I'm like, no.
But I mean, but Zach's not Catholic. I mean, you know.
No,
this
I'm
is
not.
I know, but Christians do call
Ask
themselves
Catholic
Saints,
folks,
though.
you know. No, but the Saints are really more of a Catholic situation. You know, that's a.
Yeah, man. I think it's time to change that name, man. It's too offensive. It's 2020, man. We gotta stop.
What, to church
The sinners, really. I mean, that's what's going on. No, the sinners.
Sinners
the
are
whole
offended.
Saints and sinners thing.
Yeah, I think
New
the
Orleans
sinners
Sinners
are
for
offended,
sure.
man.
that's the
But
way it
yeah,
should
New
be.
Orleans Saints, man. They showed y'all
Washington Sinners. Let's go with that one. That's right.
Yeah.
Then Sinners versus Saints.
Sinners,
That'd be
Saints,
great.
COVID.
It's like,
And it's up next.
bring your holy water and your Bible, man.
Right. Sinners, Saints, COVID-19.
Is anyone
all
ever
on the
going to
line.
name a team after COVID? Like eventually, like every tragedy always ends up being like, sort of downplayed. Like everyone kind of like say, oh, that's like a real Titanic situation. I mean, like thousands of people died on that. Now we kind of use that as sort of a punchline. Like, oh, you drank the Kool-Aid. I mean, drinking the Kool-Aid means there were dozens of people who died in a mass suicide. That wasn't a real like cute, but we use this kind of like a throwaway. Like, at what point will we have the COVID like as kind of a throwaway kind of?
Hey, I think it already is. People already kind of use it as a punchline.
Yeah, no, I know, but that's like gallows. I'm talking about like widespread kind of thing. I'm sure people were joking on the Titanic too when it was sinking. They said this was unsinkable. I'm sure that
I
people
get what you're
joke.
saying.
You know what I'm saying. But you have to. I think eventually down the line it's going.
But yeah, that's my new Super Bowl prediction.
Okay.
Chiefs.
Right, well,
Saints. The COVID-19 Bowl is coming up next.
Not Bucks Patriots. Tom Brady against his former team.
No.
Shout out to
Stop
my
throwing
boy
those
Cam
picks.
Newton, though, looking like Superman again with the Superman colors on. Y'all saw it.
All right, so the bubble still in effect.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my Celtics. Can you hit our NBA music? I don't know. Since you got NFL music, I figure you must have NBA music, right? The Grizzlies, before we talk about the games themselves, the Grizzlies, with another assistant coach signing, they've been racking up the frequent assistant coach signing situations.
Reloaded.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Fair enough.
Zach. We see you, Zach.
All right. Okay.
Let's talk about this coach thing, man.
Sonia Rahman, she was a former.
Hold on, what's her name?
Sonia Rahman.
No, it ain't none of that. It's ramen.
It's not ramen.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
The man said Rahman. Come on, man. You just put.
You sure it's Rahman?
Is ramen? Sonia
sure?
Rahman. Yes.
Rahman.
Bro, it's in the thing. Like it's in the email they sent us, bro.
Is it?
It's Sonia Rahman.
Okay, Sonia Rahman.
The man said Sonia Rahman. My dog, Peter, you just a real interpreter over there.
I'm reimagined. It's a remix. Sonia
Rahman.
Remain. Some Sonia Remain.
No. Shout out to her.
No,
though,
man. It's a very cool situation. She was had the interesting dual role at MIT of head women's basketball coach and also assistant director of compliance, which is an interesting kind of.
I didn't know that.
She was assistant director of compliance, and she's a lawyer like everybody else associated with the Grizzlies. You know, that's the move. You got to have the legal background. You got Zach Kleiman, you got Rich Cho, you got Jason Wexler, all with legal backgrounds. Mm-hmm. Now you can add this new assistant coach to the mix, and she's also obviously
Coach Jenkins too, right?
She's done. He's from a business school background. He has the Wharton School at Pennsylvania Ivy League, but not exactly law. But yeah, there's plenty of advanced degrees and all that. And she certainly is amongst in the mix there for sure.
Right.
She's quite accomplished, and yeah, man, it's it's a very interesting hire. She's very highly thought of. Within the women's basketball realm, and also, as I said, she kind of fits the type that the Grizzlies
vibe of what the Grizzlies are doing. Yep.
Yeah, like in terms of the higher education and legal background and all that stuff. So yeah, that makes it a very interesting hire.
Two-time
and then
Darko, champion, two-time tournament, two
NCAA
tournament appearances. Yeah, shout out to her.
Absolutely.
She replaced Coach Neil Ivey, who's going on to Notre Dame.
Then you have Darko Rajakovic. Who hire is? You got any issue with that?
An issue with his pronunciation of his name?
Yeah, you got any issue with that?
It was wrong too. It's Darko Rajakovic. You said Rajakovic. Hey man, I read pronunciation guys when they come to me, man. I read them because I know I say stuff wrong, huh?
All right, let me see what it says here.
You looking at what it says?
Make sure it says
because I call Miss Laura.
Rajakovic.
Yeah.
Darko Rajakovic.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
No, you didn't.
Okay, bro. It's on wax, man. So we can go back and play all of it if we need to. But yeah, shout out to him. He's replacing Coach.
So the official pronunciation in the guide of Sonia is Sonia Rahman.
That's what I just said. Rahman.
Ra's all caps. Rahman.
That's what I just said. It's not whatever you said.
Sachya Rahman.
Rahman.
Here's Dacho Rachacha. That's what it says. It says Dacho Rachacha.
I'd be extremely offended if I was if that lady's origin. But you butchering her name like that and then making a mockery of how you say her name. Come on, man. 2020.
I'd be extremely offended if I were you.
Period.
Just period. Just in general. No, Darko Rajakovic is highly thought of. Again, another guy that's he comes from
Suns organization,
the Sun staff,
Thunder organization. Yep.
Monty Williams, in particular, has lost 3 of his assistant coaches to various teams and such.
Just a poverty franchise. I mean, that kind of stuff happens.
It is.
People just come in and people just come in and take your coaches from you. I mean, poverty.
That's what happens, man. Rajakovic was a highly thought of player development guy, which again is sort of in keeping with what the Grizzlies are all about. In particular, he's credited with working with Mikal Bridges about his shot and about what he's done in improving his offensive game, and apparently very well thought of in Phoenix. So Rajakovic, that's a great. I mean, again, it seems like a very. What I've said from the beginning about the Grizzlies saying is that whether you dislike, whatever, I don't think assistant coaching hires are going to really move the needle in a major way, one way or the other. But it's interesting that they all kind of fit.
They've got a plan. They got a clear plan.
They got a plan, exactly. Like there's clearly a way of doing things
that they want to,
and they're hiring towards that, and so that's cool. Like that's all you can ask for is that they're not just out here randomly, hiring folks, or not out here going one way and then changing out. No, they have a way they like to do it, and this is what they're doing. So kudos to them.
But you said it's a third job they still got to hire. Phil, what are you talking about?
Yeah, they've hired, because I'm talking about some folks behind the scenes as well, like behind the backbench folks too.
Who
they've gotten. I have to go back and look. It's been this offseason's been crazy, but I think they're still one. I think they're still light one on the back.
Okay,
I think they're still light one in the back.
Okay,
I'm not sure it's going to be like a big deal. I don't think it's going to be like a major thing or anything like that.
I'm kind of messed up about Coach Pahia being gone, though, man. I used to like that dude.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Because whenever I had to bring Gabe to practice with me one time, and he got Gabe and brought him on the court. I didn't ask him. He just came and said, "Hey, you want to come meet the players?" And he got him and walked Gabe around. It was cool. It was like he didn't have to do that at all. I thought he was super cool for them.
No, Pahia is a very nice guy. Fun to talk to. Good dude. All that stuff. So
shout out to him, man.
Yeah, and he's a. I think he really helped to bring Taylor Jenkins into the mix because he had worked with him in Atlanta and they had a connection like that. So I think that they were close. That helped to do that. So at this point now you can kind of let him fly.
Right. Let me ask you this, bro. He says there's no pecking order over there, but what's the pecking order over there as far as his assistant coaches are concerned? And what will it be now?
I mean, Brad Jones is the lead assistant.
Because he act like he ain't got ain't no pecking order.
Yeah, no. Brad Jones is the lead assistant.
All right, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Brad's the lead assistant, but then they've got other. They do intentionally mix and mingle different stuff. They kind of have guys doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, to make sure that no one is just on one. Like no one has just one specialty and can't do other things, but Brad Jones is the lead assistant.
How do you feel about there still not being any quote unquote old school, old head vet assistant coaches on this bench? Is that a concern to yours at all?
No, not at this point.
I don't think I care about that, man.
Doesn't matter. I think that matters more in maybe college or maybe in other situations. Right. These guys are all pretty well versed in what's going on, and I don't think it's amazing. And Brad Jones has got plenty of experience. I think they're not missing. I don't think they're missing key opportunities to do stuff because of a lack of experience or something like that. I don't see that.
I think the Grizzlies just need to hire somebody to be the challenge flag thrower. They need to hire the guy that was in Rocky.
Now that's the one thing that is
Need to hire the guy from Rocky, the guy who's there throwing the damn towel. Just hire that dude. Just to be on the Grizzlies bench, for real.
Burgess Meredith.
Yeah, just hire him just to be on the Grizzlies bench.
Just throw it.
Throw the damn challenge.
Throw the flag. Throw the flag.
Just
somebody to light the little green siren thingy.
Yeah, just
whatever the light.
Yeah,
push the button. Push the button. No, I really don't know. I don't know why. That's one of the great mysteries is why Taylor Jenkins is so averse to challenging anything. And again, it wouldn't surprise me if when the season's over, if that is either scrapped or significantly changed. Because I think the coaching challenges sucks.
Well, maybe Coach Jenkins is so smart and with so much forward thinking, he knew this crap wasn't gonna be around next year anyway. So he's just
I'm
not gonna waste my time with this stuff, man.
He's a smart dude. So
I'm gonna tell you a theory I have about Taylor Jenkins too.
All right, well, let's take a break and
we're gonna talk about that. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Taylor Jenkins theory.
If you'd like to do that, we can do all that, of course. If you also like to have something delicious, you could do that as well with our friends at Central Barbecue. They can make you feel real good on a Monday. If you want to get something delicious for lunch or for dinner, you don't want to mess with it. It's Monday. You're coming off the weekend. You want something delicious. And you don't want to mess with cooking. I understand. I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to mess with cooking either. So Let them do it for you. Central Barbecue can get you some of the most fabulous pulled pork, some of the most fabulous ribs, some of the most amazing wings. I absolutely adore their wings. It's my favorite wings in town. Fantastic stuff. Go and get them. Central Summer, downtown East Memphis. You're going to love them. They're awesome. EatCBQ.com. Pickup delivery options available, too. It's all there for you at Central Barbecue. Back after this, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on AM 560, 96.1 FM, or 87.7 FM.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The storms we've had over the past several months have been devastating to our communities. The rainy season is ahead. You may have not even noticed the dripping in your attic, water stains throughout your home, or even worse, mold and mildew. Please call Brian Elder Roofing and we will send out our project managers to assess any damage. We will not try to sell you a roof if all you need is a repair. We will measure your roof from outer space. 0% for 60 months, even no payments till 2022 are available with approved credit. If you've noticed missing shingles, water stains, leaks in your roof, call us before you call your insurance company at 867-0303. That's 867-0303, and we will provide a free, thorough inspection of your roof's condition.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
First Bank is here to help you, whether you're a business looking for a loan to expand or refinance an existing one, a homeowner looking for a mortgage or home equity line, a consumer wanting to finance your dream car, or wanting a competitive rate on your CD deposits. Let First Bank try to handle your banking needs. Stop into one of First Bank's 3 local branches today, 6482 Poplar Avenue just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or check them out online at firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
One thing I really admire about Central Barbecue is their commitment to quality.
Then why do they let you do their commercials?
I'm talking about their food. Everything is prepared with devotion to taking the time and effort to create perfect barbecue.
Oh, I know. That's exactly why I was wondering why.
They're not kidding with that slow-smoked Memphis-style slogan. They smoke their pork for 14 hours. Do they have to? They do if they want to be the best barbecue in Memphis, and they are.
And yet they let you just throw together.
There's nothing better than Central Barbecue because they care.
Except apparently about their radio ads.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Love would never leave us alone. I in the darkness, you must come out the light.
Okay. Gabe Kuhn on the aux. We're going to talk to Gabe coming up in hour number 3. So what's this theory of yours?
Taylor Jenkins, like, whenever he's interviewed and you hear him talk, he comes off as a real, just kind of straightforward dude. He doesn't really do a lot of fluff. I mean, he does do a lot of fluff, but he doesn't come off as doing a lot of, doesn't really get into his emotions too much. He's pretty much straightforward, even keel dude. I think behind the scenes, Coach might be a lunatic, like, for real. That's my theory.
What do you mean?
I think he might be crazy. Like, I think he might be a madman. Like, crazy.
What's crazy how?
Like, you ever seen Toy Story 3?
Yeah.
You know Lotso Bear that was on there? How he was like this super nice dude, and as soon as the lights went out, he turned into a madman? Like, I think Taylor Jenkins might be a madman. Like, for real. I think he might be.
Do you think he's torturing? Like
I think
Lotso
it might be
Bear?
torturing toys at his house.
You think he's torturing his players in the back? Is that what you're saying? You think he's?
Like, for instance, do you think Taylor Jenkins like goes off like cursing out, like cursing? And do you think he curses?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But you would kind of think that he don't. Like, he might just be one of them straight-laced dudes who.
You have to, again, I would encourage you to read my interview with him from back in March.
Not reading that crap, man.
Why?
Because first of all, I don't have a subscription to The Athletic, so how am I supposed to read? You don't send me. You think I'm about to pay to read your stuff?
I'll send you. Oh, well,
yeah, hook me up, man.
But I'll send you a copy just because I like you. I'll send you a copy.
Bet that.
And you could see him quoted cursing many times in that piece.
Right.
And I had to scrub some of it. I scrubbed some of it. It was there was so much cursing that I had to scrub some of it, and I think we kept in as much as we could.
You want to know how weird the Grizzlies are, though? Like, real talk. Like, I hope this is gonna come back to bite me for saying this, but like,
probably will.
During training camp last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coach Jenkins went like a tirade, and you could like hear him screaming and cursing like through the door.
Mm-hmm.
And like they came out like it was a murder scene, like for real, bro. They came out and like, okay, everybody, like, okay, man, it's a basketball coach and he's going off, like that's what happens. But like they were acting like it was like somebody got killed in there, like it was yellow tape everywhere.
They're very meticulous about the, yeah. But I mean, like, yeah, he absolutely. I mean, the dude is he's super competitive guy.
Right.
So absolutely he goes off. Absolutely he's cussing behind the scenes. I mean, he's dropping F-bombs all over the place. But you know who else was like that? He was the biggest, the most Lotso Bear guy ever in Memphis. No.
Who?
Jerry West.
Oh yeah,
Jerry West was the most Lotso Bear guy.
I heard that too.
Because when you hear Jerry like talking in public, you're like, he's just like,
the logo, man.
Sort of folksy. The logo. He's very like, frankly, we just did this, and frankly, I wish you'd see my cell phone. And frankly, and then behind the scenes, this dude is MFing. I mean, F this, MF that. I've never heard somebody cuss so much. I'll never forget when he and my good friend Ron Tillery, he went off on they just had a screaming match. It was spectacular. Oh yeah, one of the just F. It's
right.
Yeah.
But you can know that the coach
and he is such and Jerry was such a maniac that he couldn't even watch the games without he couldn't watch them he'd have to be like in a private suite or in a tunnel walking pacing like a lunatic he just couldn't sweating watching just sweat pouring down. He was an absolute maniac. He still is he's so competitive it's unhealthy. It's very, very unhealthy, his competitive streak.
Yeah, I don't doubt it at all.
There's your Lotso Bear. If you want to, like Taylor Jenkins doesn't hold a candle to
Jerry West. Yeah.
I'll never forget when I was a young reporter, and I didn't really know Jerry or anything other than just and having gone to various press conferences and that kind of thing. But then in hearing him just talking off the side the first time I ever heard, he was talking to I was like Dick Versace or somebody, I don't know, but I was just unbelievable profanity constantly. My MF and elbow hurts like an MF. What? Just out of nowhere. It's like, man, okay, all right, logo, all right, get it.
Why not?
So there's your Lotso Bear right there. Taylor Jenkins is similar. He has no problem cussing in the behind the scenes. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Hour number 3 on the way. We're gonna talk to Gabe Kuhn. Coming up in hour number 3, we'll talk about the Tiger football situation with him. Also, get his thoughts on his aux because he's on the aux right now. What's his playlist? Why is he hitting us with this stuff? It's good stuff. I'm enjoying it. So we'll find out more about it coming up. Also, we'll talk a little more college football, a little more NFL too. In hour number 3, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
As you get back to business, small things can make a big difference. Like marking safe distances with floor tape and posting reminders to wash hands. As always, Grainger is here to help, offering supplies and solutions for every industry. Free access to product specialists, 24/7 support, safety recovery guides, and more. It's part of our commitment to help you adapt and recover in these challenging times. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm here with the outstanding team from Lexus of Memphis at 2600 Ridgeway. They're online at lexusofmemphis.com. Gary, tell everyone how they can experience the Lexus of Memphis satisfaction.
Come in and be a part of our family at Lexus of Memphis. Experience the customer service that we provide to each guest like a member of our own family. If you're on the side of the road and you need us, we're there. If you need help with anything with your car, technology, Bluetooth, the app suite, we have a dedicated team to help you with this in your journey with your Lexus.
That's how they do it at Lexus of Memphis.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build your own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at triumphautosales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
I'm here with the great Pat Donahue from the Rendezvous Restaurant Shipping Department.
Thanks, Brett. We've been shipping our ribs all over the country now for decades from our USDA-inspected shipping kitchen in the Pinch District. We hand-cook our ribs in pits that Mr. Charlie built over charcoal, just like they do at the restaurant.
So what comes in a rib box?
We could do pork shoulder, we could do ribs, our sauce, seasoning, baked beans, coleslaw. We'll even throw in Pancho's cheese dip with our nacho boxes. We also put a bag of Rendezvous seasoned popcorn, heating instructions, some chef hats, some wet naps, and some other helpful tips from our kitchen. We ship our ribs overnight, exclusively FedEx. And we put them in nice packaging. We don't ever want to use styrofoam, so we use corrugated cardboard, actually 2 boxes that fit nice together. So the ribs get to you, your loved ones, or your clients in a safe, wholesome manner. Rendezvous ribs are perfect for out-of-town clients, customers, loved ones. We also ship ribs for any occasion.
Where do we order these great ribs?
You can go to www.hogsfly.com or give us a call at 1-888-464-7359.
Charlie Burgos' Rendezvous Restaurant in the alley since 1948.
You already know you can listen to Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 anywhere with the Sports 56 app or at sports56whbq.com. But you can also watch live video of all of our shows on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Periscope. Don't miss out on anything. Stay in touch with Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 on social media. We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
We have a disabled vehicle on I-55 northbound near Mallory Avenue. The left lane and the shoulder is blocked. That's I-55 north near Mallory Avenue. Also, we have another disabled vehicle on I-240 eastbound at Bill Morris Parkway. Vehicle is blocking the right shoulders. That's I-240 eastbound at Bill Morris Parkway. And that's your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Could you tell where my head was at when you found me? Me and you went to hell and back just to find peace. Man, I thought I had everything, I was lonely. Now you're my everything, I was lonely.
Interesting.
I missed a
What's
lot
this?
of love with a lot of drugs. drugs till I
This
found
is Hellenbeck by
petty
Bakar.
crime, she had green eyes like Mountain Dew.
By Bakar?
Bakar.
Drakkar Noir?
Yeah, this is name's Bakar. Bakar.
Bakar. Okay.
Yeah, Bakar.
All right. I still think Drakkar Noir is better, but that's okay. Were you a Drakkar Noir guy or a Cool Water guy? Which way, back in the day?
Oh, Cool Water.
What'd you wear? Cool Water, that's it, right.
Available at your local Walgreens.
When, no.
What, man?
If you like, if you like this, you'll love. What was the fake colognes and all that? If you like Chanel, you'll love
Channel. Chantel.
Chundle. Chantel.
Can't tell.
It's every time. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's basically the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Polio.
YOLO.
What you got?
Polio. Porlo.
Welcome back. Definitely Porlo. Hour number 3 is here. Pete Same with you on Sports 56 Morning. Zach running the show. We got Gabe Kuhn coming up at the bottom of the hour. He's been on the aux today doing the playlist situation. We talked about the NFL. We're going to talk NFL college football coming up. Also, I want to get to the bubble here real fast though, because we didn't actually talk about the game that happened yesterday afternoon.
Don't forget about Friday.
An apology.
Don't forget about Friday.
Oh yeah.
Well, why are we apologizing?
All right. Go ahead. No,
let's go.
Friday was,
let's go.
No. Let's start. Let's go chronologically. Let's go chronologically.
Yeah. Shout out to my Boston Celtics putting away this regular ass tournament.
Hey man, that was a great series. That was a great series. There's nothing regular about that. There's nothing regular about that Raptors team. Nothing regular about it. It was a great series.
Shout out to the trash. Shout out to the trash Toronto Raptors fans for telling Pascal Siakam he needs to go back to the Congo, wherever he's from.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, shout out to the trash Toronto Raptors fans for starting.
Who says how much? Who?
They started a petition. The fans started a petition to send him back to Africa.
And a GoFundMe.
And a GoFundMe to send him back to Africa. That's Toronto fans for you.
What?
Yes.
You know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, shout out to all the people over there who. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy.
If I was Pascal Siakam, I couldn't wait to get up out of there. He just signed a contract with them too, though.
Yeah, Toronto's got a really good reputation for being a multicultural city and all that stuff. And Masai Ujiri is for. It's like what?
Siakam, come to Memphis, man. There's plenty of us down here, man. We got you. Plenty of Africans here. Plenty of Africans here in Memphis.
Totally out of pocket.
We feel your pain.
Totally out of pocket. That's not unacceptable.
We feel your pain here, Pascal. Come on, man. We got you. We've been called Memphis forever by.
I was going to say I was just waiting for that. I was waiting for that.
Yeah, we've been called Memphis forever, man. Louise. We can relate to you here. I mean, it's the same thing that Mark Cuban's doing in Dallas. So why we acting like it's the same thing? He's made Dallas. He's made Dallas his home away from home.
What?
Mark Cuban has unapologetically set up Dallas to be this home away from home for European basketball players. That's what he's right. That's obviously what he's doing down there. Like he's trying to make it where he makes his place a free agent destination for great European players. He's obviously did that. Am I right or wrong? Has he not basically said that?
I mean, I'm not sure he said it quite like that, but he's made it.
Did he not say that American basketball players will never be where European players are fundamentally and all these things?
I don't remember. I don't know. I don't know exactly what he said. I can't speak to that. You have to find me that quote before I can jump in on that.
All right, keep talking.
I don't have great recollection of all of that. So you can
talk amongst yourselves.
You can give me all that information if you'd like. It was a great series. Siakam did not play well. There's no question.
You know why? Because he's a regular ass dude. And it's the playoffs. It ain't for them. And Kawhi Leonard wasn't walking through that door. So.
So it's just crazy. That's crazy to me, that the Siakam thing. You got me.
You didn't know that happened, bro?
No, I really didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so bizarre. Like I can't even imagine like the people who like Toronto's got such a good. They've been. There's been so many players who've talked about how great their experience was. I mean, that's. See, I think it's just. It looks like it's just one person, or like one or two crazy racists, and that's no, I can't.
Oh, here's my Mark Cuban quote for you, those of you who pretend to have selective memory as well. Mark Cuban said he was asked how important is it that he's had top basketball experience outside the NBA. He's talking about Luka Doncic. He says it is important because you're used to people being older than you, but I think he just learned how to play basketball, and that's the biggest gift. When you're gifted as he is and you actually learn to play the game, if you look at the basketball education of kids starting at 11 years old in Europe, and particularly Slovenia, which is basketball-oriented, if we took our best kids in 7 years before they are McDonald's All-Americans, we sent them over to Slovenia to get an education, the league would be 1,000 times better. They just learned how to play basketball while our guys learn how to dunk and put together mixtapes.
Yeah,
that's a trash statement to make, bro. About
that's
American.
a little. That's painting with a broad brush. When did he say that?
He said that last year when Luka was a rookie.
Yeah, I think that's definitely painting. That's that whole AAU paint with a broad brush nonsense there.
Part of why it's hard for me to pull, even though I did predict Dallas win the championship this year when they were up on the Clippers. We're gonna talk about the Clippers too.
Anyway, the whole thing is it was just great. It was a great series, irrespective of the nonsense. And I really think that's just like I don't think it's I don't know. I've heard enough players tell me about Toronto and how they felt really good there. I think it's just a couple of insane people that are doing that. So
yeah, it's not a ton of people, but yeah,
they got a great being for being
yeah, I know.
really, really, really open to that kind of
and diverse.
So I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised by that. But anyway, the Celtics. Oh boy, that was close. That was close. You got to say it was close.
That was close.
I mean, almost.
Why are we talking about how close it was when the Raptors were the team that's supposed to win the series according to the standings? According to the seeding.
I don't know. I think more people picked the Celtics to me. By the time the whole bubble the bubble rolled around, I think it felt like the Raptors were the underdog in the series. Now the Raptors go home. They will not defend their championship. A valiant effort, but it was not to be. Celtics Heat will be in the Eastern Conference Finals starting this week. Over on the Western Conference side, the Lakers are awaiting the winner of Clippers and Nuggets. Game 7 coming up tomorrow. We'll talk about that in a second. Saturday, the Lakers eliminated the Rockets, put them out of their misery, frankly. 119-96. Rockets just gave up. This was a classic 1-2-3 Cancun performance if ever I've seen it.
Yeah.
We're ready to get up out of here. Russell Westbrook. Oh, man. I mean, maybe COVID messed with him. You know?
Could have, man.
I mean, I don't know.
I didn't even think about
it. You know?
And man, hey, bro, people been crapping on Russell Westbrook, making all these memes about him. Like, we just forgot to do Literally just had COVID.
He had COVID. Like, I mean, maybe that's I don't know. Maybe that messed with his equilibrium or something. Like, he can't. I mean, like, his shot's so bad. I can't even. I can't rule it out. Like, it's got to be. It might be.
I didn't even think about COVID. That, man. We on this man. This man's like literally braved the elements to come out of him. That man missed the beginning of the bubble with COVID-19. Like, came out of quarantine and came out to hooping. I didn't even think about that, man. That is so wild.
Woo. Well, it looked like he was dealing with COVID. Like, I don't know. And James Harden, the lack of, adult entertainment definitely,
And then shout out to James Harden for showing his leadership and verbally rebuking Daniel House, man, for being irresponsible at the wrong time. Yeah. Man. Shout out to James Harden. How the mighty have changed over the years with James. James Harden, of all people, rebuking someone for being irresponsible.
It's the kind of leadership that leads you to a 4-1 series loss to the Lakers and your coach leaving and everything else.
About that. Don't even worry about me coming back.
I'm good. Yeah. I'm not even going to be back in Houston. Y'all
got it. Y'all got it. I'm out this joint. Go get Sam Cassell ugly ass. I'm out here.
That's right.
I'm out of here.
Go find a coach that is as ugly as you guys play. Let's go. Hey.
Even though you guys got rid of all your big men and crafted this roster for me, I'm out.
That's right. I'm out. That's right.
I'm out of here.
Small ball approach, and we go bring in the guy that hit a million mid-range jump shots as part of his game. That's exactly right. I still think it's going to happen. I think you can mark that down. He's going to be the coach. Rockets. That was a pitiful performance. Down 15 after first quarter. It was very, very clear. They made one little run like in the second quarter where you're like, okay, maybe they're going to – no. And then open up a second half and just Lakers put the hammer down, and that was that on that. LeBron, I don't even know that he got out of second gear in this series. And you would have thought of the two series, Lakers-Rockets and Nuggets-Clippers, that, the Clippers would have had the easier time. Nuggets had just gone 7 with Utah in just a knockdown, drag-out series, and, man, that has not been the case.
Let me get this apology ready. I know you're gearing me up for it. I got you.
Go ahead.
Shout out to the king, top 10 player in the NBA, Nikola Jokic. Bringing old school big man back, man. Looking like what y'all thought Marc Gasol was for the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, Marc Gasol never done anything like that.
Yeah, shout out to Nikola Jokic stepping up.
Woo! 34, 14, and 7.
Putting him on his back,
4 of 6 from 3. I mean, boy, oh boy.
Yes, sir.
How about the Clippers? They were in great position. First quarter, first half, looking pretty good. You're up 19 at one point, and second time in the series they've been up 19 and end up losing the game.
Right.
There's something fundamentally wrong. With this group.
I'm gonna say 2 things. Whenever you're ready, I'm gonna say 2 things about the Clippers.
Okay. Well, you just keep the bullets in the chamber for now.
All right.
Hold on 1 second. Jokic was spectacular, as you mentioned. 34, 14, and 7. Jamal Murray,
leader on the court.
Very good as well. 9 of 13, 21 points for Jamal Murray. Maga Porter Jr. With a strong bench. I got to say, the guy's doing pretty well off the bench. But a quick little shout out to the guy Nikola Jokic, as you mentioned, who now in the postseason, 13 games that they've played, 52% shooting, 46% from 3, 26 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. You don't see that very often. That is top 10 player type numbers right there. Now, as far as the Clippers are concerned, go ahead.
Here's the thing. We talked about this a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Chemistry matters in the NBA. Mm-hmm. And the fact that the Clippers took the regular season off.
Yep.
And coasted through the regular season thinking they just need to be healthy for the playoffs. This bubble environment is a totally different situation, and it's showing.
Mm-hmm.
And Denver's not afraid of them anymore. They realize they can beat them. And shout out to the movie Predator. Them bleed now, bro. You know what I'm saying? For real. Denver might mess around and beat them dudes. For real, though.
Yeah. Yeah, Paul George is saying, well, we still got the advantage. I don't know what Paul George is talking about. I mean, this is – and here's a wild stat. This is now the Clippers with this loss have fallen to 0-7 in their franchise history in games that they could win to go to the Western Conference Finals.
Yep. Let me ask you another question.
In games that would take them to the Western Conference Finals, they're 0-7, have never been there.
Right. Here's another question. Who's the leader of the Clippers team?
Doc Rivers.
On the court, who is it?
Oh, Doc Rivers.
It ain't Kawhi.
Out there on the court. It ain't anybody. I don't know. It's not Paul George. It's not Paul George. I mean, Patrick Beverley tries to do it, but he's not. He's not influential enough as a player to do it. Right. Marcus Morris. No, I don't. I think Kawhi should be the guy, but that's just not. Mm-hmm. He had Kyle Lowry last year to kind of do more of that rah-rah stuff.
Right.
And that's just not him. And Paul George, man, look. 33 points. He was a minus 23. Now, no one else was really – him and Montrezl Harrell was garbage, and they keep rolling Montrezl Harrell out there. He's been awful in most of the series. They can't match up with what the Nuggets do. But George is awful.
Yeah.
Even though he's scoring, defensively, he's not – the focus is not there. And, again, for a guy that's big – he played 39 minutes, and he was a minus 23. Okay, so the math on that means that the Nuggets, the Clippers outscored the Nuggets by 10 points in the 9 minutes that he didn't play,
Mm-hmm.
that something's wrong.
Yeah.
If your best player, or if one of your best players, one of your cornerstone guys is putting up that kind of stuff, something's wrong.
And then both of those dudes are free agents next summer, right? Kawhi and Paul George.
It would be next summer.
That summer's going to be freaking insane. Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
I mean, who knows
Chaos,
who's in the
man.
summer? Who knows? I mean, the whole calendar is going to be messed up. Next year, they word over the weekend that the NBA season upcoming won't start until at least Christmas, and most people are kind of whispering that they don't think it's going to start until
21.
February or March. Yeah, February or March. I mean, like well into 21.
I wouldn't be mad.
So I see, and I said I put it over the weekend. Like I think that should be the new calendar to me. NBA opening night. I would love it for Christmas for that to be opening night because I know so many like semi-casual fans that like the NBA, but not that much. But they really only start paying attention around Christmas because you got football,
'Cause you're going right
you
up
got
against
baseball, you got other stuff. You're going up against all kinds of crazy stuff in October, November. It's a jam-packed calendar.
Right.
You start in December. Now, I understand that takes the year longer and all that. I in the summer, and some people would say, in July and August you don't need to be in arenas. But for the most part, it's going to be playoff teams that are in arenas, and that's fine. People do arena stuff. You have the games at night. It's not that big of a deal.
It's so
that takes you through the playoffs. Then saying would be June, July, August. And there's really not that much going on in the calendar other than baseball, regular season baseball, no big deal. You miss football. You start basically at the end of the NFL season or at the end of college football season. So I think it's – I mean, to me, that I would love to see that calendar. That way fall, you're off in terms of basketball, but like there's a million other things going on, so you miss a whole bunch of that. I think it would be good for the NBA.
And it's crazy because like we're in like media day training camp time right now on the normal calendar. Like this is the time that the NBA season. Like literally, this probably would have been today, right? Because today's September the 14th. The season probably would have started around October, like around Halloween.
Yeah, it would be like the end. It's usually like the end. It's usually like the end of the month.
Yeah, I'm thinking wrong. I'm thinking it's October.
Yeah, it's usually like September, like last week of September, first, in that neighborhood.
First week of October.
But it's not far. It's not far.
We've been gearing up for like media day for the Grizzlies season to start. The calendar is so jacked up right now. They're still trying to finish the season. But yeah, man. That's interesting to think about how the NBA is going to look next year. Period. I'm kind of down of the way I think they should do it is they should break them off into pods. Like they should play. You should play like sets, like baseball does. Like you might have redo the divisions. Like it'd be like Memphis, Atlanta, all these teams that are close to each other. And the majority of your regular season games are against teams that are in your region. That's how I think they should probably do it next year. Because other news came out saying that the NBA is leaning towards having games in arenas instead of trying to do a bubble for a whole season next year, so with limited fans or whatever. So I think that's something they should explore. Is to try to have it like you're playing those sets where you might play a team 3 or 4 times. While you're in
and I think that's one. It's one of the things that they've talked about with the bubble, and some of the interesting kind of byproducts of it. They've noticed. They said, man, the quality of the games for the most part has been really
good,
really high,
even with the short rest. Right.
Yeah, even with short rest and all that. But players are just the lack of travel is really important. And there's some. I read a piece from Baxter Holmes, who's kind of been on from ESPN, but he's been on the sleep beat, I guess, in the NBA for a while. He's been the guy that's covered all that stuff. And so he wrote a piece over the weekend and said that a lot of the athletic trainers that he's talked to have said, maybe we thought maybe it was a lack of sleep or something, but it may just be the travel.
Traveling.
Said maybe it's just the travel that's really a problem because they look at and they monitor all that stuff anyway, and they monitor these dudes, and it's like, wow, this is So I agree with you saying like if you could find a way to have, mini series where you come in, obviously they do that in LA anyway, but like teams could come in and knock a few of those series out. If you could play both of the games that each of your division teams play, the Memphis Dallas, if you could play both those games on a weekend back to back, then go back and do the other back to back, and like if you could just find a way to reduce the travel each time you hit a city. You play twice, and that would mean cutting down on the idea of the one night stand in the Eastern Conference cities for the West for the West teams and vice versa. You'd have to find a way to kind of consolidate those, but I think it's worth doing because I do think the quality of the games has been really high, and these guys are playing really well. And look at a team like Denver. You know, would Denver have been able to be in this series with as exhausting as that series against Utah was? And both those teams were gassed in Game 7 of that series. They've been able to have tremendous energy and really outwork the Clippers in this series. I don't think that would have been possible if they'd been flying back and forth and all that. I don't think it would have happened.
So, what are your thoughts on Russell Westbrook getting into it with whose brother was it? With Rajon Rondo's brother.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Lou Williams' girlfriend twerking in the stands. Like, what are your thoughts on those two things?
Well, I'm certainly, first of all, I'm certainly pro twerking in all situations, just in general. I've been on the record as that for a while now. I'm very pro twerk. I mean, this man had COVID, guys. Come on, it's been a rough few months
go, man.
Russell, man, let's just.
Yeah, and Rondo's brother, he's also one of the barbers that there in the bubble.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, come on!
I didn't know that was the case, man.
The barbershop talk's gonna be lit, boy.
Oh,
so they let Rondo's brother get in, but they didn't let John's dad in because John's dad tried to get in as a barber too.
Yeah, but I mean, it was. I don't know.
Terrible.
I don't know how that works.
Imagine those barbershop talks right now.
Yeah.
Man, what happened? What happened between you and Westbrook, man?
Whoop, Westbrook, man.
Rajon Rondo said he didn't do anything crazy. He called the man trash.
Oh man!
He said fans do what fans do. He said he's my brother first. He didn't do anything disrespectful. Remember, it's not disrespectful to call you trash.
Man,
that's fantastic right there.
Too funny.
All right, so
what's wrong?
Anyway, yeah,
Westbrook,
that's right. Yeah. You can't. Yeah.
All right,
Westbrook is another guy that's wound way too tight.
Yeah, for sure. So call it, bro. Denver Clippers. What's gonna happen?
I mean, I just can't see the Clippers not winning. As much as well as Denver's played, like they can't keep doing this. I mean, they just can't do it. But by the same token, man, I'm gonna tell you something. I really like Doc Rivers as a human being, as a guy. I love Doc. I love hearing his voice. He's always talking. Everything is at 900 decibels. Doc's got that amazing gravelly.
Right.
Like love Doc. He's done an awful job coaching this. All he does is roll that ball out, and it's like, y'all go get some buckets, and then I'll be out here doing whatever.
I'll be here for the post game interview.
He's just done a terrible job of coaching this team, and I know he's a good player coach. He got great respect. He should all that stuff, but I mean, from a strategic standpoint, Mike Malone is just beating him up and down, man. And that's that. He may still have enough talent. He may still, but. Oh boy, that's not good, man. It's not been good, man. It's not been good at all from that standpoint. I love Doc. Like I said, I hate to say it because I really do. I like Doc a lot, but oh boy. We'll come back. Gabe Kuhn on the other side. We're going to talk to Gabe about this Memphis football situation and about his aux and the music that he's picked all game all day long. We'll do all that in this hour of the program, brought to you by friends at Acura of Memphis. As we continue here, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy get you through the midday with Sports 56 Middays. Delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
Hello? Hello, Mrs. Kuntz. It's the back left tire of your RV calling. Wanted to give you a heads up that I'm going to blow out on the highway later today.
Wait, what?
Says here I'm going to burst in the middle of rush hour.
Well, can we reschedule?
Sorry, our policy states that once we're scheduled to burst, we have to. We really pride ourselves on our commitment to blowouts.
RV owners can't schedule when things go wrong on the road. That's why there's Progressive, a leader in RV insurance.
You want a text confirmation when I burst?
Think I'll notice.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of
Five Ash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies, we will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Five Ash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five Ash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Hey Tiger fans, this is John Stacy of the Wolf Chase Honda Blue and Gray Show. You can hear Drew Barrett and I talk Tigers with Tigers every Sunday night at 5 right here on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7. You never know which Tigers great we'll have in the studio with us either. We'll get them to call in too. We are your go-to show for Memphis Tigers football. That's the Wolf Chase Honda Blue and Gray Show right here on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
There's a new commissary in town in Collierville. Germantown Commissary is doubling. Yeah, they're still going to have the old Germantown Commissary by the tracks, but now there's a huge new Germantown Commissary in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levy Road. It's huge, too. There's a drive-through. There's plenty of parking. No telephone pole to get in your way. A cool patio. It's right by the track, so the tradition continues. And this is a tradition that's been around forever. That commissary is famous for hickory-smoked, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue. They've got a private party room at the new one in Collierville. Self-catering still continues. Party packs for $5.95. Basically, the great ribs, the great pulled shoulder, the great deviled eggs. Everything is there in Collierville and Germantown now. So there is now a Germantown and Collierville style of barbecue. It's called Germantown Commissary.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
If you wanna go and take a ride with me in the 3 wheeling in the 4 with the ghost.
Hey! I was wondering if he was going to hit us with a little St. Louis action because, you know, he's got his St. Louis roots. Would have been shocking if he didn't hit us with some Nelly or something. Come on. St. Lunatics. One of the St. Lunatics joins us now, Gabe Kuhn. That's what I've heard. I've heard he hung out. I've heard he hung out with the St. Lunatics. Of course, Gabe is, you know, about Gabe's skills on the board, on the old levels over there, producing for Johnny and producing for Middays, as well as hosting quite often. And St. Louis proud. Like I said, are you one of the St. Lunatics, Gabe? That's what I've heard. I've heard rumors.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. One of the St. Louis. All right, well, me, Murphy Lee, you know, we kick it all the time.
The man loves to party.
I originally wanted to put St. Louis on there. You know, familiar.
Mm-hmm.
That one,
yeah.
But I figured that I don't know if there's a clean version of that.
We do have some tough edits to make sometimes in some of our mixes. So I get all that. So there was a like, what was the was there any theme in particular to this? I mean, clearly you've got a little hip hop influence, you got a little rock happening. What's the Gabe Kuhn thought here?
You know, my theme is there's no theme. I don't know. I sort of spread it out. I spread the wealth. Don't really corner myself into a certain type of music. Although I will say there's sort of a nostalgic thing with 90s hip hop that and rap that I appreciate. So that's where you see that sort of influence. Not much new stuff. I put that one Drake song on. Try to give you an idea of what you may hear me listen to if I'm like driving down the street, something like that. But as far as themes go, you can pick up on multiple. I don't know if you could corner me into one school of thought as far as music goes.
The like when you were getting ready to play, because of course folks know Gabe, formerly Tiger offensive lineman and all that. When you're getting ready to play, big game, getting the energy levels up. What's playing in the locker room, or do you have like the headphones in, the earbuds? They didn't have AirPods in those days, but what were you listening to?
A lot of headphones, because they didn't allow us to play music in the locker room for whatever reason. I didn't really understand. Neither coach did when I was there. Didn't really get that. But it would be either sort of modern day rap, a little bit of Memphis flavor, maybe a little bit of Moneybagg Yo, and then I would say Tupac, probably Picture Me Rolling, All Eyes on Me. I would definitely go that direction to try to get the juices flowing.
Did you have like did music like fire you up? Like, did you need the music to get you going?
Not particularly. No, not particularly.
Okay.
I mean, and not to mention, it doesn't. I find it very interesting too, because it's not like you're listening to your earbuds right when you get out on the field. So it's like you listen to whatever the hell they want to play for you before the game anyway. You just got to find a way to get your own self going. See, Peter, what would you listen to get yourself going before a game? See, that's the real question.
Well, that's the thing is, like, you know, mostly podcasts. Really to get me fired up.
Such a nerd, man.
Listen to a little NPR.
Yeah, I mean, like I'd listen to a vigorous debate about certain. It can get me mad. You know, about some historical debates and stuff, like the Lincoln Douglas debates. Like, I'd go back and listen to reenactments of that, and that'd really get me fired up mentally in the right space. No, basically just like Pantera, you know, like just real like thrash, just hard, just something metal, just angry metal, you know, White Zombie, you know, just something just angry. You got to get yourself just angry, you know. You got to get yourself in a mental frame where you're just you're aggressive and you're not taking anything from anybody. You know, whatever you need, you know, a little Bone Crusher. I mean, stuff like that. It's something real aggressive.
Okay.
I don't want to listen to anything light. It's not Soft Rock Tuesday in those situations. Now, my bigger question to you though, Gabe, is so like when you look at what's happened, and obviously you're still you know, connected in many ways with the University of Memphis football program. You always will be. So when you see the news and stuff that's come out over the last few days involving COVID and all the various rumors and whatnot, certain players disagreeing with certain analyses of what may or may not have happened, what is your approach? What have you heard? What do you think?
So I feel like I knew early last week that there was some positive tests after the game, and it's very bizarre because you have some guys blaming it on Arkansas State. You have some people saying it was a party bus. And you sort of have to try and get your way through that and understand what's going on. And I think, first and foremost, we need to understand that if it came from Arkansas State, that's an indictment on the whole football season. That's an indictment on what's going on. So I found it interesting, not surprising, that you had some players try to come to their defense because they don't want to seem like they're the ones that are causing the problem. But at the same time, when you open that up, you are basically saying that it was not safe to play Arkansas State, and we ended up with positive tests because we played football, which would be worse for the season, in my opinion, in the long run. But again, this is something you had to expect. I don't think anyone expected an outbreak of this size, right? You're talking about 20-plus positives and then 40 people in quarantine. I mean, that's something, you know, leading up to this, there had been zero. You hadn't heard anything about a Memphis football player catching coronavirus, so it was definitely concerning when you heard that. But you sort of wonder now when they're going to be able to get back on the field. Next Friday, obviously, is postponed. You wonder if they'll ever even get to play that game, or if they'll just try and reschedule it in one of those open weeks. I don't really know fully how that works, but we're just going to have to wait and see. It's hard for me, too, because the party bus thing is believable. I mean, we're talking about college students after a first game where they played a good opponent and won handily and then felt good about themselves. And I know, from my experience as a college athlete, it's not like you're going to just sit at home. You want to do something. I know that the climate has changed, but these are still, 18 to 22-year-olds that want to do what they want to do, especially after a game.
So, if Arkansas State was the culprit here, as some in the program have blamed, they just played and beat K-State over the weekend.
Yep.
So, wouldn't it become clear from K-State at this point? If they're still spreading it, if they are not testing properly, if there's some issue in the Arkansas State program, won't that become pretty evident? Won't they leave receipts, so to speak?
Yeah, and I don't know if you knew this, but there was 13 people out because of it at Arkansas State over this weekend for their game against Kansas State. So there's no doubt that they had somewhat of an issue, probably during the Memphis game. We'll see. So these tests, I know the way Memphis tests, they test on that Sunday, and they usually get their results that Monday, and then they know if anybody tested positive after the game, which they did this first time around. So maybe we'll see the same thing with Kansas State, because I think that's the question we need to really have answered is Arkansas State carrying COVID-19 to a point where it's really spreading to the teams that they're playing? And if that's the
case, are they the super spreaders? This is
if that's the case, you got to shut them down at some point. I think there's now in the climate we're in, it's weird because we're having schools try and play games even with a lot of people in quarantine and a lot of people with positive tests. They're just sort of treating it like a injury for that week, so to speak. So it's just like with Memphis, they had known about that for a while, and they were trying to hold off a little bit of hope that they could play come this Friday, and eventually it just got to be too much.
It's interesting because there is a press conference that's going on later on today, the Zoom chat and all that stuff with Ryan Silverfield. The first time I got an email, and apparently they're asking for questions to be submitted in advance, which I've never seen before from the school. So this is apparently a little bit of a sticky situation, let's just say, with a lot of folks. It would appear because I don't know, somehow there's any of the explanations, Gabe, like the party bus. We were talking about it earlier in the show. I don't know if you heard it or not, but if there's one thing I know about people between the ages of 18 and 22, it's that every aspect of their lives is somehow documented on social media or some kind of platform of some sort. So if you're telling me that a whole bunch of football players got onto a party bus and there is no overwhelming evidence of that, if there's no videos, there's no TikToks, there's no Instagrams, there's no I mean maybe there are, I don't know, I haven't seen them. But I haven't seen them. If that's not there, then that would be interesting to me, because I feel like that would be something that would be very obvious and very easy to check and see whether that was actually happening or not. So if that's not it, then that speaks to some other vulnerability, whether that's Arkansas State, whether that's something within the University of Memphis program and how they've handled their protocols. I don't know, Gabe, but I feel like that's a story that could be verified, and the fact that we haven't really verified it is interesting to me. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, and then also you're talking about I don't know about you when you were in college, but I wasn't one to go out and spend a whole bunch of money to get on a party bus. I was
no. No.
If I'm going to drink and hang out with friends, I might as well do it at my own house or somebody else's house. I don't doubt that there was something going on after the game in regards to partying to a certain extent. It's just sort of natural. But yes, I do agree. It's weird that there is no type of receipt. And the only thing you have is players completely disputing that report. But it's bizarre that it came out that way. It's bizarre that was when it was reported, that was the main thing they attributed to was this party bus. I don't know if it's an on-campus party. Maybe they got mistaken or whatever. But you would think, and we know Evan Barnes, we know the guys over at the CA pretty well, Jason Munn. I don't think they got their information from a completely faulty source. So, again, I think this is something we need to try to see if we can get verified. I don't know.
It seems like it's something we could verify. This is not impossible to figure out. Yeah, this does not seem like it's right. So with the fact that we haven't or that we can't, or I don't know. I again, in the source from, was it within the university saying that? I don't know. Again, there's just a lot of, I don't know. If you start thinking more about if it's not the party bus, what would it be and what would that mean? It becomes a very messy situation pretty quickly, as far as I'm concerned.
Right. Then you have to ask yourself, is the football season really safe? Is it? Well,
yeah,
I think we know that
exactly.
It's not.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's
and I saw O'Brien. I'm friends with O'Brien. I thought that was a interesting tweet, and I totally understand why he would want to dispute that. He doesn't want to look like a complete bad guy. But I think I texted you this. I think it's even more of an indictment if all these cases were because of players at Arkansas State. That would just show you why, sort of Exhibit A, why college football shouldn't be played this year. That's really what it would be. But I think there needs to be more verification around this. I don't know if we'll get it, though. But we'll see what happens after this week. It's just bizarre when you go from 0 tests basically the whole summer to not reporting it till the time when you report it, there's 40 people out and 20 people with positive tests. It's a mess. Let's just keep it real. It's a complete mess, and they're going to have to figure it out going forward.
It is a mess. Indeed, you'll have more on that coming up in just a few minutes, as a matter of fact, with Greg and Eli on middays and with Johnny Radio. I'm sure there'll be more. Ryan Silverfield, as I mentioned, is going to be having a press conference. I think it's 11:30. So there may be a little more information that comes out at that point. But for now, we're all kind of in the dark. Great tunes. We've enjoyed it. I think you've done a nice job with it, Gabe. Appreciate it, bud.
All right, boss.
Thank you for being part of it. He's our friend Gabe Kuhn, joining us on the program. We'll come back here in hour number 3, brought to you by friends at Acura of Memphis, and we've got a little more update, a little more news to get to. We'll do that on the other side from the Family Leisure Studios. Pete and Sane with you, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
It's R&R on Sports.
The word is out about R&R on Sports, where you've heard interviews from
Ken Griffith Jr., Dr. J, Hank Aaron, and many, many more.
R&R on Sports, Saturday mornings, 10 a.m., Sports 56, 87.7, and 96.1.
Don't miss us.
Commitment, dedication, perseverance. At FedEx, our people are our strength. Even during these unprecedented times, we are delivering medical supplies, test kits, and the things you need every day. Helping the world move forward together. Strength, what we deliver by delivering. FedEx.
O'Reilly.
When you need auto parts, O'ReillyAuto.com is just a few clicks away. We offer convenient options for you to get your parts quickly. Order online and pick up for free at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. We'll even bring it out curbside. Or you can have your parts delivered right to your door with free shipping on most orders over $35. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
Summertime and the living is easy. No more cutting or paying utilities. Literally, you guys, Town Village Audubon Park, nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $24.50. The Gourmet Chef welcomes you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free local transportation, monthly coffee club, theme dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel or Bo at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park.
Hello, Mrs. Kuntz. It's the back left tire of your RV calling. Wanted to give you a heads up that I'm going to blow out on the highway later today.
Wait, what?
Says here I'm going to burst in the middle of rush hour.
Well, can we reschedule?
Sorry, our policy states that once we're scheduled to burst, we have to. We really pride ourselves on our commitment to blowouts.
RV owners can't schedule when things go wrong on the road. That's why there's Progressive, a leader in RV insurance.
Do you want a text confirmation when I burst?
Think I'll notice.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
At First Bank Mortgage, their core purpose is to help you get to a better place. That better place may be a lower monthly payment, that vacation you thought was impossible, or getting into a home with a fenced backyard where your kids can play. To get into your better place, First Bank Mortgage makes decisions right here at home. Dedicated to helping you get to your better place, First Bank Mortgage. Call Daniel Mooney at 901-462-0145 today. NMLS 741022. Equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Now is the time to get on, like Spike Lee said, get on the bus. Go get your work and keep your beeper chirping is a must. Did you want
okay,
that
now we're
familiar
talking.
with that smack man? The music like that green stuff. Provided to you by Sack Man, Pac Man. How many think we gonna do that, man? Ride on that.
See,
no gap, man. I'm strap man.
we need to do this as a theme, guys.
But okay,
it's good. This, yeah.
That's coming this week. I already had that worked out for Wednesday when I used to snatch the Oscar.
Okay, good. All right. Well,
I got
to be involved in that.
In my head, I'm thinking to myself, like, I thought we already did one.
No. We talked about it. We had officially.
Okay.
I had it on deck for Wednesday.
We had officially done it. We got folks texting in here about my pronunciation. I mean, this is
so dumb, man.
Blasphemous.
So dumb.
The word folks. And he said, Peter, could you please stop pronouncing the word folk and folks with the L as a pronounced sound? You say the word L word and walk.
Yeah,
walk.
you do.
There's a little L.
There's an L and walk.
There's I don't say walk, but it's not walk. It's like there's a small L in there. I say folks with a small, maybe a larger L, but it's a variant. the people. It depends on where you're from. It depends on what you say or who you've grown up with or whatever. These are acceptable variants. There's not a we call prescriptivists in the linguistic game, Anthony. You can't. People telling people how exactly to pronounce everything. You can't. There's certain things that there's certain things that are like just like wrong, obviously. Like I don't know. You can't say bicycle is bicycle or something weird like that. But I mean, like as long as it's fairly close and it's a regional or a vernacular variant or something like that, you're fine. Like it's
a big likely.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, the L can't be silent with folks. It can't.
I mean,
it can be silent, man. Folks. You say folk all the time, but walk with no L sign. What are you talking about, man?
So this texter, as I say, this texter's. I honestly, I probably would get along well with this texter because if they're real pedantic like this and anal and stuff, I can get with that. I'm like that on spelling, but yeah, pronunciation.
Yeah, because you had the Texas, agreeing with you last week about Marcus All, the same Texas that were, you and your crew linked up last week on the Marcus.
This guy says Anthony mispronounces things all the time.
Yeah,
he's coming at you now.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
He got me on
like,
there.
Like I said, in other circumstances, I probably would get along well.
Let me refresh my joint.
With texters, in other circumstances, I'd get along well with these folks. I mean, I really would.
People are so strange, man.
Not in this context.
I'm gonna start texting these people back. They'll scare the hell out of me. You said something like that.
It's like the same people who are like, I can't believe in the dictionary. It says the dictionary stuff changes.
He ain't got my name here. Ain't nobody said that about me on this joint.
It says right here. I mean, seriously, Anthony mispronounces things all the time.
Yeah, be like me, man. Man, these dudes are so weird, man. These dudes are so weird, man.
I love it. Hey, I love it. Keep it coming. We probably would have fun together, texter.
Yeah.
I mean,
watching Marcus All highlights.
But don't be coming at my pronunciation though. All these folks out here. Unbelievable.
All these fox out here.
Careful. You're in the Family League studios.
all these dumb folks out here.
We got to get out of here. Coming up, of course, it is Greg and Eli. They'll have information from Ryan Silverfield, who's going to answer a few questions coming up in the next couple of hours. Also, they're going to talk to Barrett Salee. I'm sure they're going to get to the bottom of a lot of this stuff as much as they can. As much as anyone can get to the bottom of anything, they're going to try. Big thanks to Gabe as well for helping us throughout the show here in the Family Leisure Studios. Hope you guys have a great Monday coming up. Soft Rock Tuesday. Get ready for pregame for it. It's going to be lots of fun. We'll talk to you in the morning.